Prosperous Living with T on TikTok and Prosperous Living with Toya on YouTube. We are on both platforms today. And today is Manifesting Wednesdays. Manifest your dream life. Manifest your desires through your thoughts. Your thoughts are things. Your thoughts create your reality. So now you have to pay attention to your thoughts. That's like the key. Hey, Andrea. Welcome. Hey, Noreen. How are you? Welcome, ladies. How are you doing this fine Wednesday evening? Manifest your desires. The question is, what do you want? And do you see yourself with it? Do you see yourself? Do you allow yourself to have your desire? When you think about it, how do you think about it? What thoughts come to mind when you think about your desire, right? Hopefully the power of awareness is helping you guys if you joined the book club. You know, Neville Goddard definitely dropped truth bombs. And sometimes he can seem a little vague using that word feeling all the time for everything. I'm like, oh, he says feeling a lot. And I think sometimes he should change up the word feeling so people can truly understand what he means. He means naturalness, normalcy, right? He means your thoughts, what you're thinking. Because what you're thinking, that's what you're creating. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So you was confused, Andrea. Yeah. Hello, Sienna. How are you? Hello, I have. Welcome. Hey, Magnetic. I know, right? You want me to feel different, right? He used feeling a lot, and it's like that was kind of ambiguous. It was kind of, like give it to a straight talk. And I don't know. Maybe some people just didn't want you to. Maybe some people wanted you to lean on them, right? Some people want people to keep coming back and keep asking questions and never like really figure it out for themselves, right? But it was plenty of people. You can make it straightforward. You still would have had the same. You still would have had a great audience, a grand audience, you know. And if I give you just enough to keep you wanting, right? Sometimes people just give you just enough to keep you thirsting for more, to make you hungry for more. So you're like, it sound right, but what am I missing? It sound right. Yeah, Happy Wednesday, La Toxic. How are you? Yeah, so we want to keep it simple, right? We're all about simplicity over here, right? We want to be able to tell this so that a 5-year-old can understand it, right? Or like, in my new book, a 10-year-old can understand it. 10-year-old Nia. In my book, the and I'm having a brain fart, as they say. The recipe for a radiant life. The recipe for a radiant life is based off my first book, The Recipe for Manifesting Your Dream Life. The Recipe for Life. The 4 Steps to Manifesting Your Dream Life. The new book is to help children, right? Of any age, right? The simplicity of that book is for any age group, but it is geared towards children. How is everyone? I know, right, Latoxic? Those illustrations were bomb. They were bomb. Hello, how are you? Welcome. How are you, Anthony? Welcome. Have any questions regarding what's on the screen? Don't be afraid to put them in the chat. I am streaming on TikTok and on YouTube. So YouTube, if you see my eyes this way, it's because I'm on TikTok. TikTok has is a little bit more, the room is filled a little bit more over there. And over here on TikTok, you get to come up on the panel. So if you want to have a discussion, ask some questions, talk about your journey, you can do that over there. Over here on TikTok, Prosperous Living with _T. That's how you find me on TikTok. Happy Wednesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we'll just block you. Well, these people over here on YouTube be cutting up. And just be like, what is the problem? Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, okay. Nice, Chanel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, Latoxic. You just be like, what's going on? But I'm sure TikTok will probably be loosening their grip because you can see that, we have new people running TikTok. So, a lot of changes are occurring over here on the TikTok app. I'll just continue to use it for what it's for, a community-based platform, right? This is where we can come and do our virtual meet and greet, our virtual church atmosphere, if that's what you want to call it, the way we can meet together and help stay connected and build one another up as we manifest our desires. And so that's what we talk about. We talk about manifesting our dream life. What is it that you want, right? What is it that you want? This is based off Mark 11:24 that says, therefore I say to you, whatever you desire when you pray, believe you received it and you shall have it. Right? Because the scripture also tells you whatever you ask, you receive. It's always given, right? You seek, you shall find. You knock, the door is always opened, right? So you do never have to question if your desires will be answered or your prayers will be answered. There will be. You just have to have faith that they will be. And just ask yourself, what is it that you want? And this was never meant to be difficult. I know you have run across many people that teach this truth. And people make it sound more challenging than what it is. Because for whatever reason, we kind of shy away from its simplicity. But this truth, you get so much out of it when you stop trying to make it hard, when you stop trying to make it difficult, when you learn to just chill and relax, and you have to talk to yourself. I think that's the biggest thing people don't realize, that talking to yourself really actually does help, especially if you feel your body getting nervous, getting anxious, feeling dis-ease or discomfort, right? You got to talk to it. Tell it, tell it all is well. Everything is okay. We can have this. We can be this. We can do this, right? Hey, Sunflower. You said faith equals gap in time. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, you have to get used to talking to your body because, man, because the body has been conditioned to fear, lack, limitation, struggle, because that's all that you were told. You were told about everything that you couldn't do, that everything was basically impossible to you, you know? Especially of those of us who come into this world, especially if you didn't come into this world with parents that had established wealth already, right? And you came in a melanated skin tone, like deeply melanated skin tone, you were told that you were born the wrong color. And from the rip, that life was going to be 10 times harder for you just because of the skin that you find yourself in. And so you have to combat that programming that tells you, oh, yeah, you can get the education you want, you can get all the money you want, but guess what you can't change about yourself? You can't change the color you are, and the color you are just is not good enough. The color you are will always be seen as less than. And you got to reprogram your mind from that BS, from being told that just because you are a specific skin tone. And then you have the colorism within that, right? So then you also have the melanated people, the 20,000 shades of brown arguing with each other about how light you are and how close you are to whiteness. So you have, and you have to recondition yourself past that mentality. Yes, yes, that's it, Andrea. Yep. So, because this stuff, it is deep, it is deep. It does, and so you find out, they tell you, oh, you know, that what we call the black woman. Oh, they're the most educated race in United States, but they still are the most underpaid, even though they went and did exactly what society told them to do. Go get that education. And then they remind you, yeah, you got the education, but it still ain't good enough. I don't care how educated you get. Your white male counterpart, he could have a high school education and still will make more money than you. That's the type of stuff we hear. And so that's the type of stuff you have to weed out of your mind and stop operating from the human identity and start to operate from the God state. Because see, the human identity is very limited. You will be telling you all of what's impossible for you. So you have to choose to operate from the God state and say, oh, there is no law to God. God is above law. What does Islam say? I self-law am master. There are no limitations to a God, right? And so you have to decide, what state are you going to operate in? Too many of us fall back into operating from the human state, where the limitations and all of the isms, sexism, ageism, racism, colorism, we get all caught up in that. All those things that divide us and limit us and depress us and suppress us. So decide what you want. Decide to operate from the God state, right? There are no limitations to what you can have. There are no rules to this engagement. You get to make the rules. The game of life, you get to make all the rules. The game of life just says that the rules are established by your mind, by your assumptions. Whatever you assume to be true will be true for you. And you just have to decide what is true for you. Decide what it is that you want and then live from that state, not how you're going to get it. Live from the state of already being it, already having it, already doing it. What does that look like? What does that look like? Now that I am that, fill in the blank. Now that I'm happily married, now that I'm living a soft life, now that I'm an entrepreneur, now that whatever it is, now that I've won the lottery, now that I've, a professional blackjack player, or whatever it is. Hello? Just fabulous. You can unmute. Did you mean to come up?
Hi, I'm sorry. No, I didn't.
That's okay. You want me to drop you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome. Hey, Chrissy. Hello, how are you? And the steps are simple. Decide what you want, Claim it. Claim it as always as you already having it, recognizing that the thing that you're desiring desires you. Then accept it in your mind, make it real to you, make it natural. Live from that state of having it, of being it, and then allow it to happen. Which means you have to get out of the state of trying to figure out the how, right? You have to change the way you've been taught to thinking like, how can I get it? How can I make this happen? What must I do? Be still and know. That's what you must do. Be still and know. That's all you're required to do. Is to be still and know. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know that you already have the thing that you're asking for. Be still and allow it to happen. Go your way in peace, which means go about your day in the most natural, normal way, right? Because once you establish that you are already that person, you will be compelled to do whatever is necessary to bring that thing into your experience. Whatever it is, whether you need to go to the store, you need to make a phone call, you need to answer your door, you need to take a flight, whatever it is. And you're never going to know what it is until it comes to fruition. Then you'll be able to look back. That's why they say hindsight is 2020, because you'll look back over the bridges of incidents, as Neville Goddard calls it, right? The bridges of incidents that take place, but they happen naturally. And that's why a lot of people don't think that this thing works, because they look at the world of effects and say that was the cause. Well, I saw how you got it. You met so-and-so, or you know, this person did this for you, or you're looking at all of the outer things, which is the effects, and not understanding that your mind is the cause. That is because you saw yourself as that person, which is the reason why you're expressing it. Not long. I came on at 5 o'clock. Oh, okay, Adrian. You say you listen to Bob Proctor. Hello, welcome. Saying when it comes, you ain't telling nobody. I listen to Bob Proctor. I have listened to him. I saw some of his videos, but I probably listen more to Neville Goddard. Like, I've heard of Bob Proctor, saw him on The Secret, seen a few of his videos. But I've learned more towards Neville, Reverend Ike, Dr. Joseph Murphy. We'll listen to Florence Scovel Shinn. Yeah. I mean, I've listened to like Wallace D. Waddles. I've listened to, several different ones. But I try not to listen to too many different people, because then we start listening to too many different people. It starts some of them kind of veer off and don't really, start saying that, like, it start becoming less and less being you the power, and then that is something outside of you that's the power. And you never want to lose sight of that you're the cause, right? So as long as whoever you're listening to is holding you accountable for your life, because that's what this is all about. That you are totally accountable for your life. We're not going to get into the children aspect of it, because that's not what it's about. We want to build children up to tell them that they have a mind that's so powerful that if they think life, and if they can think a good life, the good life will happen, right? But we know that children are under the tutelage of their parents or their guardians, whoever has authority over them, until they're the age of 14, 15, 16, depending on what state you're in, right? But understand, to teach them that they actually have the power of their own mind, though. That even though people are telling them this and telling them that, they still have the power to think for themselves. They actually do. You can train your children to train up their mind, so then when they were old, they won't depart from that knowing, from that trusting, from that faith. Hello, how are you?
Hi,
What it
good.
do
How
to
are
you?
you?
Great.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I just wanted to hop on to talk about, this is a subject that I just wanted to talk to you about. I was waiting for you to just go live I want to talk about just like confidence, I guess, and like having confidence in yourself, and just I know you have to like be in the world, not of the world, and obviously the world has things like beauty standards and all these like limiting beliefs and programs that we adapt and to growing up. But how would I say to someone like how would I correctly teach someone how to be confident, like knowing your source, like if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's reminding them that they're already enough. They don't need to change anything about them. They're perfect. And I know that's something the world doesn't say, right? The world says nobody's perfect. I'm here to tell you, you are perfect. That I am beautifully and wonderfully made, marvelous all thy works, and that my soul knows right, quite well, or right well, right? So you have to tell someone that they're already whole and they're already complete, and they don't need to change themselves for anything, because God don't make mistakes, and the way they are is enough. I always tell people to listen to that Bruno Mars song. Because your eyes, right? Your hair, your smile. Don't change nothing. Because
What
you
if
are
like
amazing just the way you are. And
what if
here's the thing. We can't give someone confidence, right? What we can do is imagine that they're already confident. It's no different than what happened with your dad, right? How you saw your dad different, it's the same thing. See them as confident, and they will be.
yeah, that's a good point. What if like I guess I know I can see them differently, but like talking to them in the moment, like what if they have like icky, I guess, memories of themselves, like things that they're like ashamed of or grossed out by, and like just times where they were depressed and like they weren't like taking the best care of themselves, like hygienically, I guess, and like they like look back in it and they just are like get really grossed out by themselves. I know like the past doesn't exist,
Mhm.
but they
Well, that's a judgment, right? Saying who says that you weren't taking care of yourself hygienically? That's a societal norm, right?
yeah,
So who's judging this person as being, you know,
yeah, no, I understand what you're
I
saying.
mean, if someone decides they only want to bathe once a week, who is that? How is that anyone else's business? If they decide they only bathe 2 times a month, how is that anyone else's business other than the person who's experiencing it?
Yeah. So I like to like listen and I like to like share this stuff. Obviously, everyone's kind of on their own journey. That's also something else I wanted to talk about is like so everyone like we're all one and like it's my awareness perceiving my reality and then it's kind of it's different, but what about people and like because I know you say this sometimes that you like it's their journey, like you're not trying to put anybody on this. Like if they hear it and it resonates with them, then good. If they hear it and it doesn't resonate with them, then that's fine too.
Mhm.
But if everyone's me pushed out, if I assume that like the people I do talk to this about, they resonate with it, like it's my reality in a way. But then like what does it differentiate like people and their journey and them and they're learning their lessons and stuff, and then me and my reality, everyone's me pushed out.
Well, so you said they're learning lessons, so that's a judgment. Who said they're learning lessons? You did. So then the people in your reality, they're learning lessons when they come across you. Is what you're thinking of them, right? So you don't see people, you see your assumptions of them. That's what we mean that everyone that you pushed out. Because how someone is interacting with you is not how they're going to interact with me. Because I'm going to have a different assumption about them if I have no assumption about them. I don't have any opinion about them, right? Other than everyone I meet is my friend, everyone I interact with, it's a great time. I get to find out and interact with them and find out what they're doing. I'm not here to judge where they are in life, right? I'm not here to make them know themselves. That only comes from revelation from within. See, here's the thing. We think we can make someone know themselves, and we can't. Everyone has their own time when they will come to remember who they are. And if we can just enjoy for people for who they are and where they are instead of needing them to be different so we can feel good about ourselves, man, life would be so much greater, so much more beautiful. But we come in contact with people and we want to judge and say, oh, they're low vibrational, oh, they have such a negative attitude, or they're NPCs, or they're energy vamp. We didn't judge these people, and all you're doing is really you're creating it because you're thinking it. So everything you said you're right, but it's not them, it's you. Because you said it. You thinking it. Hey, these people don't even know what you're talking about. NPC. Energy vampire. Low vibration. What are you talking about? You get telling people they not real, they don't even exist, they're just a figment of your imagination. They're gonna be like, huh? You crazy.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, because when you judge, be ready for the judgment to come back.
Yeah. No. What if you're just like trying to like do it to make? Well, I guess this could be a judgment too. Like you want them to be happy. Like you see them sad, and I know that I guess I'm perceiving. Like, say I'm talking to a friend of mine, and gloomy. Do I just? I don't know how to explain it. Like I just want.
Right. Well, I guess what's lost in translation is that you don't see it, that it's your thoughts thinking this about them. So that's why you're seeing it. Right. Because you could just as easily say that actually it's not their gloomy. They probably just on in their own mind, or they probably got some other thoughts going on, but you're perceiving it as a down. You're unless they verbally tell you that's what's going on, right? You have the power to accept what they're saying or reject it. Even though your friend may say, man, I'm feeling down and out, I'm feeling this, you can change it, but well, actually, they're telling me, and you don't have to say it to them, but you can say it to yourself. Actually, they're feeling really good about themselves. Actually, this is what's going on in their life. Actually, this is what's happening, right? Because that's what forgiveness is, taking an unwanted and changing it. Repentance and forgiveness. Like you don't have to accept if you feel like somebody's down and out, you feel like somebody is, feeling bad about themselves, lift them up in your mind.
So when they express this stuff to me, I just kind of reject it in my head, and like I sit there and I listen to them, but I reject it in my head and I just imagine a better,
Yep.
like imagine the best.
Yep. Because whatsoever things as lovely, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are of good report and praiseworthy, think on these things. But we always have a choice, right? We always have a choice how we're going to perceive in reality. Or you can just take it for what it is with no judgment. You don't have to change it, you don't have to do anything. You could just sit and just, again, it's your world. You're the creator. You get to perceive whatever interaction, however you deem fit in that moment. So if you want to empathize with them and be like, yeah, they really are in a bad place. So what you're going to do with that information? Say that you agree with what they're telling you. Now what?
Well, I'm just going to create more of it if I accept it and agree with it. So I might as well either just think nothing of it or think better.
Yep.
Because I don't want to create more bad.
Well, you're calling it bad, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, well, there's no really good or bad. It's just all neutral. But, of course, you'd rather someone have a smile on their face than pouty face. But, what if, I have another question. What if you tell someone something and you don't think that they'll think you're a bad person for it? Like, you are assuming that they're gonna understand like why that happened, why you did it, and so you go and you confide in them, and then they just like think you're a bad person for what you did, even though you don't think you're a bad person for what you did, and you assumed that they wouldn't think you're a bad person for what you did, but their programming or whatever, their personal beliefs or whatever thought you were a bad person, but you don't think you're a bad person, and you assume that they wouldn't think you're a bad person for it, if that makes sense.
You did something for them, or you did something to yourself?
No, like I took an action, and I didn't think it was morally wrong whatsoever.
Okay.
And then
So
they
why
found
why
out
does it
about it.
matter what they think? If you don't think it's wrong, why does it matter what they think?
It
How
doesn't, but
does
I'm just,
how does what they
it,
think
do,
have anything to do with you?
it doesn't matter. Like, I'm still living, I'm fine, whatever they think, but I'm just confused because I would have assumed that they wouldn't have thought it was bad. So when they shocked me by thinking it was a bad thing. So I guess, like, how did my assumptions get, because I assumed that they wouldn't think it was bad.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, I really didn't think that they would think it was bad. But I mean, maybe
I mean, well,
some.
why? Okay, here's the question. The reason why I would counter that, because why are you looking for their validation?
I'm not. I don't.
Yeah, you are, because when they didn't agree with you, you thought that was a problem. Like, I just knew that they would agree with me, but they didn't. Okay.
Well, because I'm just trying to learn more about the assumptions create reality.
Okay. Okay.
And so when I assume
But
that
you
they
want,
would,
well, here's what you're doing. You're saying that you believe something that you need the world to confirm. That's not how it works.
I get it. So the world's an exact mirror. So
Yeah.
it's the fact that if I even the fact that I'm even questioning it now is kind of defaults on my part because
Yeah.
I see. I see. This is why I talk to you, because I just want to understand.
Yeah, because if you really knew that what you did was okay, you wouldn't have to go and ask somebody, you know this is okay, right?
Well, I didn't ask them. I was just.
But you're saying it as though that I'm not expecting them to not agree with me. And then when they didn't agree with you, you're like, wait a minute, what's going on? It should have just rolled off your back like water on a duck's back. You should have been oblivious to them not even in agreement with you. You should have been so oblivious to that. Because you so don't care what other people think. But you do care what other people think. Because you wanted a certain reaction based on what you were telling them.
Yeah, maybe.
Now maybe you just told me. You said I truly believed what I did was right, and then I told them, they were like, "No, it wasn't. That was morally wrong. That was wrong. You how dare you?" And you're like, "Wait a minute. I just knew they were going to agree with me."
I just it's more of like wondering about everyone as you pushed out. It's more of me, like, because I'm living every day. I really don't care what they think of me. It's more of me just kind of trying to understand this all better. And if I truly assume something about somebody, like, how could have they done?
I mean, it's just like, okay, so like you on like we call high vibes, right? If you go into a party, you on high vibes, right? You like, ooh, I mean, ain't nothing killing my vibe. My vibe is like, ooh, I'm just feeling so good. It's my birthday. I'm like, even if it's not your birthday, I feel like it's my birthday. I just feel so good. I'm gonna have me a great time, right? And then it made some people on there with funky attitudes, whatever. And you don't even notice it. People being slick at the mouth, you don't even pick up on it. Next day, your girlfriend comes and said, "Girl, did you see that girl? She was talking all crazy to you." And you're like, "Who's talking crazy to me?" It was like, such and such talking crazy. I was like, "Really? I didn't even notice it."
I see what you're saying.
Cause you in your zone. And ain't nothing gonna kill your vibe, because who you are has nothing to do with who other people, right? When I say who, meaning that you are the light in the room. And nothing else can come in and darken your doorstep.
Okay.
Because you're setting the mood. And again, this person, it would only be their perspective that they saying this person had. But you hear, I've heard it all the time. People be like, "Oh, such and such said this, or such and such. They was giving you a side out, and you just so oblivious. So you had no idea that they were trying to be slick at the mouth, trying to use sarcasm, trying to put you down. You just in such a good place that isn't even going to be something you're going to be aware of. That's what being oblivious is, being aware that something less than who you are is even capable of showing itself to you. Impossible. You're not going to notice it. You're not going to be aware of it, right? Because you only experience your own awareness, your own consciousness. That's all you can perceive. So when people say that, oh, I went to a room and I felt negative energy, no, you felt your negative energy because you're only perceiving your reality, nobody else's. You're only perceiving your mood and no one else's. But we don't like to take that accountability. We want to say that, no, it was the other people in the room was the reason why I felt negative. Really? So they got power to make you feel negative? I think not.
I think I was taking it a little bit too literally. Like, everyone is you pushed out. Like, not every facet of another human being is gonna be like exactly me. But
Right. We're not building Frankensteins, right?
yeah,
You not got clones of ourselves, right?
yeah. Like, not every
We're not robots, right?
Oh yeah. And so I think like when you kind of first learn about this stuff, like almost like sometimes you can like take blame for like every like thing, but
Yeah, no, you're not supposed to be sitting up here trying to. That just how kind of life is that would that life be, right?
horrible.
If I'm sitting around here, and some people do have a horrible existence, right? Because they sit around and just miserable, just critiquing every goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Complaining, critiquing, you just like.
Yeah. So it's like, you can, yes, everyone is you pushed out. You can perceive people the way you want to perceive them, but you can't like, I feel like sometimes like people will say they're trying to get this version of somebody or perceive this certain version of someone, and the person will say a certain sentence that contradicts what they're thinking of in their head, and then people will go back to that old identity. But the thing is, not every, like, you're expecting perfection with no contrast at all. Like, that's not how life like works in a way. Like, there's gonna be.
Well, here's the thing: that everyone as you pushed out thinks it makes it sound like you think that you can change somebody, and that's not what everyone as you pushed out is. You're not here to change anyone but self, which means when you look at your world, you should see beauty, regardless of what is being expressed. You should have rose-colored glasses on. You should be able to see God even when God is not being God.
So it's all like a journey back to self per se. Like it's a journey back to knowing your love. So if you're embodying unconditional love, then you're gonna see everyone that way.
Yeah, and you're not going to be judging people for every little thing they say do that's not how you would do it. That's what people do. They judge people like, I wouldn't do that, so that's wrong.
Yeah, no. I think
see, love is acceptance, right? Acceptance. It's just like you get in a relationship and you don't like anything about them and you want to change everything about them. Then that means you don't like them. So why are you with them? Because what you want somebody coming to make you over and say, I like everything about you, but your personality. Like, damn, that's. So basically, like, you can't be you in order to be with them. So they don't like you.
Yeah. And I think that's where people get confused in the everyone is you pushed out thing, because they're like, oh, so I can have my SP and I can have this friend, or I can have whoever, and I can change everything about them. But that's like, I feel like that's where the line kind of gets drawn, because like that's not even true love. Like, true love is being so in love with yourself and in love with life, and then somebody comes to meet you where you are, not like trying to change everything about another person. And I think that's because I don't judge people. Like, I really am like such a non-judgmental person. Like, I really don't judge people. Everyone can be them. I think just for a little, I was getting confused. Oh, everyone's you pushed out. So I was taking things people were doing and making it personal. Like, I was like making it something about me.
Right.
It's not something
about them.
It's not something about me. Like, it's like, I was just like starting to make things like about me, because like that's why when I brought up the friend disagreeing with me, it's like she can have whatever opinion she wants, and I really don't care what she thinks, but I was making it like, oh well, am I not assuming correctly that, like, if I'm source, then shouldn't, like, if I'm source and I'm assuming that she would agree with me, like, shouldn't she be a, but it's not like that. Like, not everything is going to relate to you being source. It's just like, okay, I am love. I'm sharing this with like a friend out of just sharing it with a friend. If her opinion is different, I'm just gonna like love and accept her and love and accept myself, and she can have whatever opinion she wants.
That's it. That's
Okay.
it.
It's
That's
it's not as literal as I guess my brain was taking it. 'Cause my brain was like, well, if I assume this, shouldn't, like, according to the law of assumption. Sometimes I think I take it a little bit literally, but people, like, everyone is their own figment.
Here's the
of
thing.
source.
Your friend shows up as you assume for her to be. Does that mean she's going to always think exactly the way you think? No.
No. Okay. So
No,
just
but if
don't
you're, but
take
here's the
it
thing. That's the whole point of having friends, right? For the diversity, the uniqueness of
Yeah.
the individual having an expression, right? We're individual. I mean, we're all connected, but we're unique in our expression, right? Because we're all perceiving this reality from a different angle, right? Your angle is not my angle because you can't be in my body, right? You can't be in my space, right? So you can't see it through my eyes. You can only see it through your eyes. You can only experience life through your own awareness, through your own consciousness.
I think some creators just get like confusing, and they kind of make it seem like, I've never agreed with this. Like they kind of make it seem like people can be like your robots, and I just like, when I've like listened to that, like it just kind of confused
Because
me, because I'm
then
like,
wouldn't they be a robot too then? Because if somebody else, like if you're creating a reality that someone else is your robot, well, wouldn't you be someone else's robot?
yeah, that's why it's always confused me, because I'm just like, I don't think that's how it works, because I want to talk to people. I want to talk to people about what they like, and
See,
I want to
people
talk.
want to be someone else's God,
Yeah,
right? That's what?
yeah. I just don't think that's like love.
That's not. We're not here to control and
so-
manipulate others. We're only here to control and manipulate ourselves.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of like, me viewing my dad as sober is out of love, because I want, of course, like, it's out of love. And so I never felt like me viewing my dad sober was being controlling or anything like that. It's just like perceiving him in the best light. But like then I hear some creators like talking about, oh, this person, like, it's whatever you assume about them. So if you, like, people will go so crazy that they'll be wanting to like change other people's like religion and stuff. I'm like, I feel like that is, I don't even know how to explain it. It just, I don't know. Some creators that I've ran into, it's very literal, and like people are this and this and this. So
Like they say, it's a thin line between love and hate, right? So you can try to be some God. Like, let's take religion, for example. Are not people making gods out of their pastors and out of their religions? Because they'll let the pastor be the spokesperson for God, right? And won't read the Bible to see what the book says itself, will take everything the pastor says as gospel, as truth, and will live their life accordingly. Because instead of having the relationship and understanding of who and what this person is telling them about God, they only listen to what this person is telling them about God. So I'm not saying that it's not possible to manipulate and control people, because it is. It happens on a daily basis. That's not love, though. Love is not manipulative. Love is not controlling. Love is not trying to make people do because here's the thing, when you create that monster, the monster is going to turn back because the pendulum, it swings both ways, right? And here's my thing. All things are possible. I'm not going to say that these things can't happen, because they can, because all things are possible. You just have to ask yourself, how would you want to be treated and how would you want to be thought of? And is that coming from love? Now, some people don't care. They're just like, look, I just want to manipulate and control the situation. I always want to have my way. I don't want people to have, I just want to rule with an iron fist. I want to rule with fear, right? Because that is a way. You can rule with fear. You can manipulate. You can control from that place. Because in consciousness, there is no morality. It does not care. You, at the end of the day, are the judge and jury. So always understand that there's no wrong or rightness in consciousness. You get to make the law. So it really is whatever you say it is. I'm just coming from my perspective. I'm not here to control, manipulate, and try to worry about and always trying to think about what somebody else is doing. I got enough time trying to think about what I'm doing. I ain't got time to be trying to manipulate and try to figure out what nobody else got going on. I'm enough.
Exactly. And I think that it's because, like, you actually know you're enough and whole and complete. You don't have to change anyone. And that's like that's how I think, because when I'm going at everyone with love, like when I truly think I'm loved, like kind of like I know that you came from, like, I guess a church background, like weren't you in the church for a little bit?
Mhm.
When I was growing up as a kid, like I went to youth group and stuff, and like the only thing I got from church, I would ask them questions about everything that I didn't understand about the Bible, but the only thing I got was that Jesus embodied pure unconditional love and didn't judge and stuff like that. And so that's the one thing I took from the church, was to always be like Jesus, because God is unconditional love. And then everything else I would ask so many questions about. But every time I'm embodying that state, like just unconditional pure love, like it's obviously reflected back to me, because like the world is a mirror.
Right.
But you just can't take everything literally, and that's why I kind of hopped on, because I just wanted to.
I mean, you can do whatever you want to. Remember, there is no law. So I just want you to understand that. You just have to decide what you feel comfortable with being, doing, and having. Because at the end of the day, there's no one to check you but you. You're the only one deciding that what you're doing is a good thing or is a bad thing. Only you are. So, you have to decide within yourself what you can handle. And so I'm gonna go to the next guest. What did it do to you? We have oh, you're welcome. Oh, I did not mean to do that. They updated this doggone iPad. Hello, Chanel. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you? What's going on?
Good. Okay, so I just been wanting to tell you, this is your mom from my other page. I still got another page, but I think they get kind of twisted up sometimes. But yeah, I just wanted to chime in and tell everyone that I've been living the most amazing life. I am so different now. Since I first met Miss Toya in January. Yes, everything is, I've been creating my life, like, to know that I have to hold myself accountable, to know that all of that stuff that I was doing to myself was me, and I was just being real negative about my life, and I wasn't loving myself, and that's why my life was going the way it was going. That was a hard pill to swallow, and I tried to test it. The whole year I've been testing it, like, literally. Everything she's saying is so true. Like, I went within myself, and I just knew. I just had faith about stuff, and now it's so easy. It's like things have happened, like, but previous to this, that make me like it's easier for me to manifest now, because it's like I know it's gonna happen. I just know it now. So it's like a game now. I'm playing a whole like game of life. It's not even a game of life. It's like I'm excited to see what I can create next.
Nice.
That's what I'm in now. At first, I was in the like fight or flight mode. I was like, now I'm in create mode. I've gotten since I've been in this 1 year
Mm-hmm.
since I met you, Miss Toya, I'm telling you, I told you I had that one job offer and I got the job.
Mm-hmm.
I had a second job offer, and it's like easy for me now.
Nice.
Things are easy. I can get a job. I had a second job offer for somewhere else, and I turned that one down because I know that I can. I know that I'm God. I know God is within me. I know that I create anything that I want now. So I feel so happy. I wanted to tell you thank you. Now I'm at the point where I don't have to question you. I don't have to keep questioning you anymore. I'm at the point where I literally know.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, that's beautiful. So happy for you. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Ah.
Yes, I'm enjoying life now. This was crazy. It was crazy when I first spoke to you. I was defeated, and you was just like, "That's because you want to be defeated." You was telling me it's because you're accepting this. This is what you want, okay? And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this thing out. What can it hurt? Thinking positive, loving yourself. What can that hurt?
I know,
I've been doing
right?
the negative part for the longest. Let's do the other side.
Yep. And what I want people to know, that like what you just said here, and what the other caller said, it's just like too many times we got to take our eyes off other people. Mind your own business. You know, when you spend so much time saying what this person doing, what that, and how you said, I decided to put everything on me.
Yep.
I decided to go within me. It was all about me. Too many times we making it about other people, and it's not about other people. Take them out of the equation.
Right.
Because all that does is make you fall backwards, because you're so concerned about, well, how's this person thinking? What does this person think about me? What are they saying?
True.
Do they agree with me? Who cares? Why do you care?
Yes, because how can you be a God or within yourself and know that you are strong, and you keep questioning about everybody else?
Right. This person, they're such in a bad mood. This person, oh, they're feeling this. Oh, this person, they're feeling that. Oh, you thinking it. Stop thinking that they feeling that way.
That's true.
Yes. And since you know thoughts are creative, why wouldn't you create the reality that your friend, your lover are in the best state ever?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm creating. And that's what I tell my friends. When they say, oh, this is too expensive or something like that, I know, are we changing our words around? It's not.
Yeah.
Because you're an infinite being. There's nothing that you can't afford.
Yep. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's it.
So I'm just so thankful, because I didn't realize that this, like you said, is so simple.
It is.
And I was thinking that. I was like, she's saying this so simple. I got your books and I read your different things, and I've been following you for a long time, for the whole time.
Oh, thank you.
So I was doing the work that you said. I was doing the stuff. I was doing the things, and I was testing it, and it never failed me. It didn't fail me when I went within and had faith. That's all you said was have faith and just be, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. There's no real manifest. If you're trying too hard, then you're not manifesting. You just gotta be.
Well,
what
you're
you
always manifesting.
You're always manifesting. But it might not be what you want. Right. You're always manifesting. It might not be what you want.
It may not be what you want.
Right.
But you're always manifesting.
Be what you want to be. Like you said, live how you want to live in the future. Do that now. Do everything now, because yes, it will come to you. It has to.
Yeah.
It's the law. Oh my God. It's been so much magical stuff happening to me. It's not magic. It's just I didn't realize this what it was.
Yes. Oh.
And now I'm excited to teach my kids, because I'm like, this is something that you guys should really know. This is something that you guys can take with you.
And I got a book too. I just wrote I got a book for
your book.
kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna get all your books for my kids.
Yeah. I got one for kids, specifically for children, for 10-year-olds. So it's very short, sweet, simple. The recipe for a radiant life is it's a storybook form. So it's like the character is Aunt Nora and the little girl is Nia. And Aunt Nora is telling Nia about the 4 steps to the recipe. Yeah. It's really good. It's really nice. It's really good. And it's short and simple too. It's short and sweet, not long at all. And you're very, very kid friendly. Yes, they say this is so beautiful, Chanel. Everyone's so happy for you. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, 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 June. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, everyone in the chat.
Remember when I
Yes.
first met you, Miss Toya? You had this guy that was talking about. He was saying it was like magic. You were talking about him at first.
Oh,
A guy that you had met, and you say he teaches your things, and he has his own page, and he says it's like magic. Miss Toya's magic or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was a young guy. Yeah. They were in here.
Yeah.
They were in here not so long ago, but yeah,
I
Buddy.
remember that.
Yeah,
And
little.
then
Yeah, he was a little young
that all
boy.
success
Yeah,
story.
Buddy.
Yeah, that's what I remember. And I was like, I'm gonna have magic too. I want that magic. That's what I wanted. When he said that, I said, I want that magic that he's talking about. Yeah, I want to experience that, and I did. I do experience it every day on my car. It's getting to a point where I want to start telling people what I know.
Hey, nothing to it but to do it.
Right, I know.
Yeah, you
Thank
got
you so much,
you got a
sir.
wonderful success story. So you definitely would help people out, you know, especially when you
Yes.
talk about how you would with the rent thing, you would battle back and forth, you know, going back
Yes,
and
with
forth
the
with
rent.
that.
Oh my God, I have like so many success stories. It's crazy. Just within this year, that's how I know it's true, because like just me asking, believing, and then just receiving it, like having faith that I'm gonna already have it. Just by me doing those things with everything in my life, I've been getting everything that I want. Just I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it anymore. It's like I've been getting everything I want, and before I know what I was doing. I was thinking negative about everything. I never trusted. I did not trust myself at all. So that's what I was doing. I wasn't trusting myself. I put my trust outside of myself, and I was trusting in God, though, the God that was outside of me, though, and I didn't realize that it was me the whole time. I didn't realize that. That's the part that it was a separation.
Yeah. And here's the thing with the law, it doesn't matter if you put it on the outside or within, right? It doesn't, you know, that the law is no respect of person. Everyone has access to it. Everyone uses it. Some people call it Jesus.
Yes.
Some people call it Allah. Some people call it Brahman. Some people call it Krishna. Some people, you know, Jehovah Witness. Everybody got a different name. Some people call it energy. Some people call it source. Some people call it astrology, right? Some people call it they get all kind of names.
But
It's the same power. Yep. Yep, it's all in the mind. It's all in the mind.
Okay.
Because as much as like atheists don't believe in God, but they will see doctors as a type of God, right? They're out here healing people and and doing all kind of surgeries and bringing people back to life and all that, right? But they say they studied it, but they wouldn't necessarily call them God. They wouldn't use that terminology, right? But where do they think that this information is coming from? How do you think that science is coming, right? They studied the body. They studied how the brain and neurology and everything works together, right? Which is what we're studying our minds.
Yep.
And we're choosing to have faith and trust in our minds, in the mind's ability, consciousness to bring forth the reality we have asked.
Exactly. That's what I choose. And I actually have been getting results from that. So I'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
My kids have been doing it too. They do it too now, because I've been teaching them the same with me. I told them to manifest with me.
I know, right?
We're gonna do this together.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so
that's beautiful. Yep.
It's
available to all. It's available to all. Girl, pat yourself on the back. But thank yourself. Thank yourself. You know, cheer yourself up. Cheer yourself on, because if you didn't apply it, you wouldn't know it. I don't know how much I would have said it, how much I talk about it. As many people come in here and here are saying the same thing. Hear the success stories go across, you know, the airwaves, and some people are just like, man, but I just don't get it, or it just don't work, or I just don't understand what's going on.
Oh yeah, some people say that doesn't work for them, and I wonder why.
Because they still haven't figured out the correlation between their thoughts are things. They still look at the world as the cause, right? So it's
Because
like,
it's
well, it's
still
not
working,
me,
even if
it's
they
my,
think
it's
it's
not
not
me, it's my spouse, it's not
Oh,
me,
okay.
it's my boss, it's not me, it's the government, it's not me, right? It's everything outside of
Oh,
you.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's easy. I can see how you would think that too.
Yeah.
But well, now that I know what I know now, I've been. I'm like a. I like to. I just know. I just like to find out information and new information. So I just like to replay things in my past and see how did I manifest. I have done this to rewrite my whole past and just to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to see how did I manifest this. It's just to me it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
To see what I did so I can go back, like, so I won't have to do that again. But I want to go back. I like going back in my life now that I know what I know and to look at what could I have done to manifest this thing in my life. And I see the things, I can see the things that I was doing. I know the things I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And actually when I was doing them, something resonated in me at those times to know that I shouldn't be doing them. But I just didn't know to not do these things. I know this because I didn't feel good about some of these decisions I was making. I didn't feel good about them.
Mm.
Like people pleasing and letting people run all over me and stuff. I didn't want to do those things. I just would do it because I felt like it was the right thing to do. But I don't think that's a good thing to put yourself last and put others in front of you because you can't love anybody more than you can love yourself.
Right. Yeah.
So to me, I think the universe was telling me, okay, well, you don't love yourself. Okay, well, you don't want love. I guess. I don't know. I don't know if you're getting more of what you're used to doing to yourself. Like if I'm doing that to myself, what would the universe know? It doesn't have like, it's not biased.
Right.
It's just saying, okay, well, this is what you want more of. Because if you keep beating up on yourself, then I'm just thinking that's what you want.
Yeah.
It's not saying that the universe is a bad thing or nothing. Like it's just a living, breathing thing. It's just like, this is what you're giving energy to.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It gives you back whatever you put your attention on. That's what's going to come to you. Yep.
That's what it was. And I was feeding my negative. I gave all of the attention to the negative. And now I don't anymore.
Yeah. Everything you didn't want. Everything you didn't want.
I didn't want. I was fearing and I was scared. But I thought it was just, I'm being humble. I'm scared. But I was bringing it to me fast. It seems like fear can be a real heightened, like a I don't know how to say it, but fear seems like it could be a faster manifestation thing than anything else. To me, I don't know. It's like you can manifest out of fear really quick.
Well, if you say so. So whatever
That's
you
what
say.
It seems like. I don't know.
Right, because fear is the same thing as. Here's the thing.
that.
Fear is the same thing as faith, right? So you're putting more energy on the thing that you don't want. That's all that's happening. You're deciding to give your attention to the thing you don't want to happen. And where energy goes, where attention goes, it expands, right? You're causing it to become a reality in your life. That's why.
Right. And I would obsess over things. Obsess with them.
Yeah, and the moment you flip the switch, and the moment you started giving your attention to the wanted, then those things came just as easy. They came just as easy as the unwanted stuff happened. Because consciousness isn't saying, "Oh, let me give her the bad stuff quickly and let me slow cook the good stuff." No, that's not what's happening. Everything happens according to your beliefs. So if you think the good stuff takes time, then it takes time. If you think that it's going to be slow as molasses, then that's what's going to happen. If you think it's on the slow boat from China, then guess what? It's going to be on the slow boat from China. But if you let go of the how and the when and know that.
What if you see that the fear ones come faster? You see it like it's a tangible thing.
Yeah, because but you recognize, but you have to also recognize.
You see that.
Yeah, but you have to recognize that you're probably doubting the good stuff, and you're so used to you not getting what you want, right? You've been used to not getting what you want.
Right, I have.
So that's why it appeared to come faster, because that's all you were used to.
Okay.
That's all you gave your attention to.
That's true. I can't say the other thing didn't come faster because I never really gave my attention to the good stuff. You know, which one comes faster or not, right? I see what you're saying.
Like people say, oh, the negative is more powerful. That's BS. Then that means you're saying fear is more powerful than love. And this simply isn't true. Love is the only transforming power. Fear is the illusion. Say, though 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Love is the greatest power, not fear. Like what we doing when we tell people that, right? Like that discourages people, and that make people think they got to work twice as hard to get the good because the bad is so powerful. No.
So life is just really simple, like so simple. A 5-year-old could do it.
Yes. Because they know what is a good thought and what's not a good thought. They know, what thoughts make them feel bad and what thoughts make them feel good. They know.
Yeah, certain ages when it's hard like when they're like at certain ages they have like that. Seems like they have the God consciousness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just isn't like they're doing their own things, and you're just basically training them to be somebody else, basically.
But that's because we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know.
So we just passing down what we think the thing we didn't know, right? Ignorance is just being passed down. Ignorance being passed down. It's part of the matrix. It's part of the story. It's part of that sleep state.
They come here. Somebody put here, they come here doing it until we interpret them. They already come here with the awareness.
But now you've broken the generational curse that was upon your lineage, right? You break now. You broke now. The generational curse ends with you, right? And now you get to tell your children how to use their mind to create their reality. That their thoughts are things.
You know what? It might be it's like a little lonely up here when you're here at this point because you can't even like sometimes you have conversations with people they seem to think something's wrong with you. Yeah, they just
I hear that a lot. People say that is. I mean,
even though they're saying they're like a spiritual being, it is there, and then when you say stuff like, well, you just I say things from like. That I know, I don't speak negativity. So, like, if people start speaking negative stuff,
here's the thing: you got to create the reality that you found your tribe that gets you, that you can talk to, right? Someone you can, someone in your hometown that is thinking along. Maybe see about joining a Facebook group or something. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you how to get it. Let me stop. Take that back. Suck that back in. You got your friend already. I don't know where the friend coming from. But you have your friend that you all can build with and inspire one another and speak life into and remind each other of the power. Because you see it's in this group. I don't know what your hometown is, but you can connect with people. It happens, and you'll be surprised that somebody will reach out to you. See you on Facebook. I think Key just came in here. Key was talking about that. How she was wanting to reestablish some friendships that she had disconnected from, and she discovered a friend who they hadn't talked about 10 years, and she's on this same journey, girl.
Right.
Yep.
I don't want to bring my friends with me sometimes. Like,
Key, now you good. Like, Key, come up and tell us about your friend that you reconnected with that you found. I think they called themselves the Alchemist. So you can encourage Chanel, your mom. Come on up here, Key. I've only been on for like an hour. Because I like people to tell their own story because it ain't my story, so I may get some stuff wrong. Hey, Key.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Keith.
Hey guys, hey T.
Hey, how you
So,
doing,
yeah,
friend?
I'm hey. I'm like, oh my God, how did I miss so much? 40,000 likes. I'm like, okay, I missed a lot, but yeah, but you're right, T. I did reconnect with someone. I reconnected with actually several friends. So in one situation, and I hope it doesn't go to my car because I just warmed my car up. So let me get away from my car. So so in one situation, I just wanted to. I felt like I was at a space in my life where I wanted to reconnect with old friends. And I didn't want to like just go out and just contact them and call them. I just wanted it to happen organically. So I just thought it, right? I just thought the thought. And everything, the way it just flowed, it was almost magical because I ended up talking to one young lady and she ended up giving me the phone number and reached out to another friend. And when I reached out to that friend, she was so happy to hear from me. And then another friend, she told me to get on Facebook. I got on Facebook. When I got on Facebook, so many people that I talked to from the past just popped up out of nowhere. And one young lady who I really, really wanted to connect with, I did. And when we had our first conversation on the phone, I hadn't spoken to her since my son was, so it had to be like 17 years. Me and her were on the exact same path. Like as far as the consciousness, as far as knowing that we are God in human form, like her first words out her mouth was that, because I said, wow, you just seem so different. She's so successful and just, she has several businesses and she's doing it. And I'm like, wow, you're so different. And she says, yeah, I'm an alchemist. And when she first said that, I knew. I'm like, whoa, like we were on the same path. And it just happened. So far in total, I've reconnected with 1, 2, 3, 4 friends from my past.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And I'm working. I got one more. And I didn't really have to do anything except for just put it out there. I spoke with one young lady, and everything just was like dominoes, and it just fell in place.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was saying that it felt a little lonely, because she said she talked to people and they be saying it, thinking that she crazy or what have you, because people, when you talk confidence that something's gonna happen, especially that others can't quite see, it's like that's not how it happens. It doesn't happen that way. And you're saying, well, I've had these things happen and I know it happens just by me thinking of it or me talking about it to myself. People start think that that's why sometimes you just got to be around people and just experience them for who they are instead of trying to convince them of something that they're not ready to receive.
So true. Yeah, you'll just naturally attract people. And you know what? Okay, my brother, I have a brother who I'm really, really close to. And I had a conversation with him a few days ago. Me and him were on the exact same page. It was like he is awakened just like me.
What?
Like yeah, and I didn't even know it.
See, you didn't even know.
I didn't even know it because he's a Mason, he's in a fraternity, And so I just would have never thought. But then he was, because we were like, I think I sent him, I'm not gonna lie, I sent him one of your videos. I shared it with him. Because I said, I'm just going to share this with him. It's not too many people I can share this with that'll understand it, right? Something told me to share it with my brother. He called me right away. And he was like, wow. Because it was the one that talked about about the devil. The devil isn't real. It's you. It's your own thoughts. It's you. And when he was like, wow. He was like, I feel the exact same way. It's me. He was
wow.
Like, and so we had a long conversation about it. He was like, well, how did you meet? You're talking about you. How do you know her? And I said, well, I haven't met her yet, but that's going to change because I put that in the atmosphere a couple months ago that I wanted to meet you in person. And that's just naturally, that's what's going to happen.
Yep.
I was like, that's the manifestation journey that's taking place right now. Yes. But I told him, and he was on the same exact path as me.
Wow.
Yep. And he said that he has trouble finding people to talk to this about. He shared it with one person, and a person looked at him as if he was crazy.
Like he had horns on his head, huh?
Yep. And so it was just a refreshing conversation, like my own brother,
That is so funny. It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
So you didn't even know your own family member right
Didn't
there
even
thinking
know
the
it.
same, out here thinking the same thing. Ain't that something?
And she must have, but it could be people. She probably stepped away. She had a call, but it could be people you never know who's coming into this understanding, and they're scared to say something to you, and you're scared to say something to them, and then you guys are both have the same, like-minded thoughts, and you don't even know it. So
Yep. I feel like we manifested each other, Key. So
oh really? Okay.
yeah.
But and people, it's funny
Because I'm like, because we're in the same city, right? And it's just like, yeah, I have my husband, my children. I told you that we all talk, but you also want a girlfriend that you can talk to and go out with, and like have brunch, lunch. You know what I'm saying? And is on the same wave, the same path. Not to say that you can't enjoy others that's not, but sometimes it's just like, oh, this limited conversations. These you be like always complaining about men, and you just be like, oh my, if they ain't complaining about their husband, they complaining about their boy. It's just like, and you kind of find yourself going back into those conversations, like, now I gotta revise the whole conversation I just had, because I'm just
the conversations about lack, when they start complaining about their finances. And they started saying stuff like, "Oh, it's hard. Everybody's having such."
Oh yeah, that I never. Now I'll have to revise that because I'm be like,
Look, it's so funny.
I don't know about
like,
that.
Thank you. I'm like, but I'm not.
I'm like, inflation don't live on my street. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I'd be like, I'm like, no, not me. All my bills are on auto pay, and I haven't checked my bank account in months. Like, I don't have any type of financial hardship or worry. Like, everything's paid in full, and people be like, yeah, okay. But I mean, it's true, and it's not even me just saying it. It's actually true,
right?
And so but sometimes I'm not gonna lie, when I do start what's the word? Trying to sympathize with them. And I'd be like, yeah, it's hard. And I'd be like kicking myself, like, why in the hell am I lowering myself, knowing I don't feel this way?
All right, they get to telling you about their you be like, I just be like, well, you just got to make more money. I'm like, there's a lot of people out here, like, you just got to figure it out. Like, yeah, I can't rock in that boat with you. Like, I'm like, it's something gonna happen for you. You're gonna figure it out. That's about without trying to make them see it from my perspective, right? Because I'm through trying to convince someone that their thoughts are their reality. Unless you're ready to hear that message, I don't try to knock people over the head with it. I can tell through the conversation where they are as far as, and unfortunately, a lot of people listen too much to the news. They're too caught up in politics, right? And it's all about, well, Trump is at fault, and if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be in this situation. And it just be like, I say whatever the government do, it's gonna benefit me. That's whatever laws they pass, whatever they got going on, I'm gonna be on the winning end. I'm gonna be on the winning side. I'm like, I don't give ear to the streets in that manner anymore.
Even being at my job, when you have coworkers, because sometimes I do go in the office a couple times a week, and the coworkers want to start complaining, and I don't do that anymore. And I had one lady; she's been at the job for longer than me, and we got our evaluation for the year, and I was happy because I got the highest you can get, right?
There we go.
And I guess this would be a manifestation story, because I manifested this. Right, because this is Manifesting Wednesdays. But I manifested when I first transferred to this department that I was going to be, at the time, I said, because I didn't really come, language, I said I was going to be the star of the department. But now in my maturity, I'm like, no, because stars condemn. So what I am is I'm just an indispensable, very valuable, member of the team, and that's what I've proven myself to be. And so we got our employee evaluation, and my boss, they gave me the highest you can get. And so then this other employee came over, and she said, "What did you get? Are you happy with what you got?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" And I said, "Well, what did you get?" And she was like, she got much lower than me. Okay. She said, "Well, what did you get?" And at the time, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, "Oh, I got the same thing as you."
Mm.
And I feel like the reason why I did it was because I'm like, I don't want to deal with the jealousy and the competition. Like, I don't want to take that on. So I kind of just, agreed that I got the same thing with her just so I wouldn't have to deal with workplace jealousy. I don't know if I made the right decision or not.
I mean, it's your world, but I mean, both are true though. You think you have to lessen who you are in order to fit in, because it's a story you telling, right? You
Yes.
saying they're going to be jealous of you. How do you know that they won't be inspired by you? Like, man, girl, tell me what you did. Let me what you doing different. How did you talk? Like maybe they might have inquired more about how you got what you got, so maybe they would lift themselves up.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, I questioned that. I'm like, should I have lied to her?
I mean, but it's nothing wrong with it. It's your story. And there's no repercussions unless you create it. All right?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't any.
Right,
I said,
right. She's none the wiser. She only know what you tell her, right?
Once I told her we got the same rating,
Mhm.
it was like you saw her visibly let out this deep breath, like she was so relieved.
Because
And
she
that-
know that you should have gotten better. Girl,
Yeah.
stop. Because she know, like, damn, if I know Key is doing it, knocking out the park, and they gave her the same thing. She know that she probably shouldn't have got that she should have gotten what she got. But she was hoping that she didn't, that they would overlook, right? And then she come and ask you, and then you say, "Well, I get the same thing." Oh, okay, so they just treat us like that. That's all that was. They're like, she wanted an excuse for her underperformance. I just like, girl, I just be like, I don't talk, no harm, but I don't discuss finances. I don't discuss finances. I don't tell what I make. I don't share my paycheck.
It was just a rating.
Huh?
Yeah, it was just a rating. So you could get,
Oh, okay, got you. Okay.
It was just a rating.
But the rating, doesn't it have something to do with like how much of an increase you
It
would
does.
get? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So yeah, I don't, my grades are for me. Because here's the thing, you said that you were happy with being at that level that she was at. Why would you be happy with that? Because she wasn't even happy.
Right.
She wasn't happy until you told her that you were at her level.
Yes.
Because now that makes her feel good because she knows you're an excellent star employee.
That's what it was. Yeah, and because she had been there
And so now
longer,
she's comfortable in being where she is because, well, hey, I don't even got to try hard because she's trying hard and she still got what I got.
And the thing is, I'm not even trying hard. It just comes natural. I'm not even trying.
I mean, but she know that even you do it with ease, and she probably, sweating bullets, trying to figure out, how to do it with ease like you.
That's what it is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but that's my information.
But it's your story. So I mean, you didn't do nothing wrong. Like you like I don't even feel like having this conversation with these people.
Look,
I feel you. That's it. Yeah, when I used to work, that's something that it's interesting. Okay, I used to work at the Chicago Board Options Exchange. That was right across the street from the Chicago Board.
Was that on LaSalle or?
Huh? Yeah. Yep.
Yes,
Back in the 90s. Yep.
And I used to eat, I want to say in that building, then they have like a cafeteria.
Mm-hmm.
Public that comes to. Anyways, I've probably seen you there.
This is back late 90s, early 2000s. So,
I'm your age.
Yeah. And me and this other lady, we had gotten promoted, right? And so, but we got put on different sides of the call sheet. So I was on call, she was on puts. And so which means we had different supervisors. So when we got promoted to clerk 1 and then got promoted to clerk 2. However, she started 6 months before me. So when she got promoted to clerk 2, which was 6 months before I got promoted to clerk 2, instead of giving her whole salary, her boss decided to split hers up. But it's well known how much a clerk 2 makes. It's not a secret. Everybody knows a clerk 2 in the OEX makes this amount of money. So we talking about it and come to find out she wasn't making the clerk 2 and I was, which means so what that means, I'm 6 months ahead of her. Right? Because when I got promoted, I got all my money. When she got promoted, she got half her money. And so, of course, that let me know, don't never talk about finances. Don't talk about paycheck no more.
Yes.
But then, I was in my late 20s or whatever, because my supervisor pulls me over to the side and say, hey, we don't really want to talk, but I'm just like, that's some bull, because how y'all trying to keep people money? Why she didn't get her whole?
Why didn't she get her money?
Why? I think I would have been going to HR. Because this is how much we make. Why am I not making what y'all say we make? Why am I only making half of that?
Right. Well, then let me do half the work. Let me do half the work. That's basically what I'm gonna do.
We had Grandpa up here. Did you mean to come up here, Grandpa?
No.
Mr. Ronnie? Oh.
No.
He's like, nah.
Man, I'm sorry.
That's
but,
okay.
But this is
Hello, I haven't heard from you in a while, so.
I've been in the background just loving what you've been doing. And my life has changed as well as your guest spoke of because of the teaching that you're putting out. So I just sit back and listen to all of your success story that the people are giving to you. Mm-hmm. That makes sense?
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
So I'm just backing. And, I love Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Never will ever forget this one. I never ever will forget this one. I came on with you and Kevin, and I was crying about whatever problem I had. Oh, being scammed. You told me the deal. You told me twice. I wasn't listening to you. Kevin came back and said it a couple of times, and I'm like, I got it. I got it. I figured. It was me. I brought the scam toward me, to me. So from then on, I said, you know what? You gotta listen, brother. You just gotta listen.
I know you from that older generation. Sometimes, you just need a man to tell you. We already know that.
Oh,
we already know that. Sometimes you just only gonna receive it. And I'm cool with that. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing.
And you know what? In reality, I believe you, but I'm getting better. Okay? I believe you, but I'm getting better on that. I am. And when you said old mentality, let the audience.
No, I said older generation, not mentality. Older generation.
Older generation. So let the pound know that I just had a birthday in January, Capricorn.
Oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Thank
Yeah, my
you.
grandson's birthday was yesterday. He's Aquarius though, but yeah.
Oh, mine was the 18th, so I turned 76.
Woo! Look at you. All right.
I know.
Man, and you still out there playing tennis, man. I want to be like you when I grow up. Man, still out here doing the do.
But you have changed it for me because now I feel like I have so much to live for because I found out I don't know nothing.
Yes, you do. You taught us so much. You taught us so much. Man, I could listen to you and Kevin because you got some stories too.
Man.
I mean, when you was telling us about your business and everything, I'm just like, wow, like I know you probably don't recognize the wisdom you have, but you have to because of the life you've lived and your perspective, and then you can put this manifestation twist on it. Oh yes, you got some gems for us.
I just didn't know that we were so powerful until you brought it out. In me. I mean, I had been living that life. I mean, I realize now that, you manifest every day, whether it's negative or positive, however you look at it, however you look at it, you are doing that. But you just brought the awareness. And you my favorite one that you brings out is love. The definition of love. I love your. I mean, it comes out the Bible, so I can't go in the Bible and quote it and pinpoint it on who said it or what. But I know I got it from you out of the Bible, and I just love that definition. When you don't judge, you don't keep record of things, you know.
Yep.
That just makes a difference in your life. It's like it's like how you said, my yoke is easy.
And my burden is light.
and my burden is light. When you get rid of that judgment, when you're doing things and you're thinking somebody looking over your shoulder, it's a big difference.
Yes.
But I think.
Oh, I thank you.
And I'm sorry. Oh, you know, I forgot to bring the handkerchief to you. The handkerchief.
What?
You know what I'm talking about, don't you? The handkerchief. What you wipe your tears with.
You're so silly.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, Chicago Bears. I mean, that boy throw that ball, to go to overtime. That boy throw that ball, didn't he?
Man.
He throw that ball.
Man,
Yeah.
to lose like that though on that play, on that interception, like, oh well.
Yeah. Well, I just told you I was 76, so I've been watching football ever since I was about 9 to 10 years old. So the defense for the other team knew he had to pass. They knew it. So
He didn't have to pass. No. Hold on.
Listen,
Let's backtrack.
in overtime.
No, he did not have to pass. The team, so the Rams didn't score on their possession. We score, we win. All we got to do is a field goal. He did not have to pass. That was 1st and 10. They were trying to go for the kill shot. That's his doggone coach. No, run the damn ball. All you needed was 10 or 15 yards to get into field goal range. That wasn't 4th and nothing. That was 1st and 10 when he threw that doggone interception.
I don't think the coach felt that the offense line would support that 3rd and 3 or 4th and 3, whatever it was, 3rd and 3 or whatever. I don't think he felt that the offense line would, because the Rams was playing.
He had all day. They wasn't even getting to him. He threw that pass with confidence because he thought DJ was going to break over, and DJ ran vertical.
Okay.
And DJ slowed down.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't put it on Caleb. I put it on, I put it on play call.
No.
Run it down. Run that ball because they were tired. They wasn't expecting us to tie that game up. I think if we go for the 2-point conversion, we win. But I get why he said he decided to go for the extra point because our 4th downs were not hitting. We were, we had 3 4th downs and we didn't convert on none of them. Other than the one that sent us to overtime. Other than the Hail Mary one that sent us to overtime.
Looking back now, he should have went for that extra point in the regular time. He should have went looking back because a loss is a loss. A loss is a loss.
A loss is a loss. Yeah.
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 And you had the momentum.
Yeah.
And when you have that momentum, that adrenaline, they had that adrenaline at that time because they just had scored and it was beautiful. So he could have went for it. I think.
I don't even know. I'm gonna watch the Super Bowls. I'm like, I do not want to see the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Like, what?
Oh, that's not nice.
I'm not a Patriot fan. I will be rooting for the Seahawks.
It's not about. Again, speaking of my age, it's not about the team. It's about the quality of the sport.
The quality of the sport is not there though. The best team did not go to the Super Bowl.
No.
The best team did not go to the Super Bowl.
We can fuss and fight about that all day long, but if you go back and look at those records of the Rams, Seattle, the Patriots and Denver, those were the best records in the NFL.
They may have the best records, I'm saying, but they didn't have the best team. Having the best record don't mean you have the best team. Who did they listed all the quarterbacks that the Patriots played? Because if he doesn't play a backup, if the Broncos quarterback don't end up with his leg broke, I mean, to me, if I felt like CJ's team, I don't know what's going on with CJ Stroud. I felt like the Texans, but the Patriots have not played a good quarterback yet. The only good quarterback they played was Josh Allen.
Take Houston. Let's go back to Houston for a second there. I'm old school. The coach failed to coach. When he saw CJ Stroud struggling like he did, he was struggling. You got to make a change. But the sense that what you call it, the census or the internet will say, no, you saw it. He wasn't playing the caliber of football that he's capable of playing. How do you get him out of that spell? Now, that's a coach and a player thing. If you can't get him out of that, then you need to get somebody else in there because he kept making the mistakes, as we see. Mm-hmm. So you didn't coach. You did not coach. That's what coaching comes in. You got to make the hard decision. Just to let him go out there and continue to do what he was doing, that's not coaching because you see that. You see. I'm getting passionate with it, right? But if you saw the game like I saw it, then if you're going to coach and you've been with this guy for 16 games, and you see that he's not doing his best, and you can't get him out of the spell, change. What you gonna do? Lose? You already loss is a loss, right?
Hey, yeah.
Hey,
yeah. I mean, I just think the season is too long, so people get hurt too much. They play too many games. It's a brutal sport. But yeah, it's a brutal sport.
Well, that's what we like, don't we? Don't we like brutal sports?
Yeah. To me, I just don't feel like the Patriots. They won the games, but I don't feel like they were the better team. I feel like the Bills should have went. I feel like you watch these games, you see some of these calls that these refs be making, how they can't see this, but they can see that, when they, this is a catch, this is not a catch, because here's the thing, that play where they gave that on that play, in overtime, where they gave that interception to who did the Bills play? Who did they lose against in the playoffs?
They had to be the Patriots. Right?
The Patriots, right? And no, they didn't play the Patriots.
They played. Well, it had to be Denver then, didn't it?
Yeah, they played Denver, right? Yep, they played Denver. Yep, they played Denver.
You're working with a 76-year-old man. Now, come on now.
They're not my teams. I mean, I'm talking about specific. Yeah, right. Yeah, they played Denver. When that play where he gets the ball, his knee goes down, then he rolls over. The ball is like this in his hand. He knee go down, rolls over on the back. The cornerback comes up with the ball. How's that an interception?
I saw that.
That's not an interception. I'm sorry. So I could be on my back and you can take the ball out my hand and it's an interception.
This
that didn't make and they explain, they gotta survive the ground. He survived the ground, he rolled over.
This is what I say to all of my friends that I talk to about football. The team that is at home is going to get the calls. You don't have to like it, but that's what's going to happen. And that's why it's very important to have the best record so that you can play at home and get the crucial calls or the wrong calls. You want to get the team at home because the referee are human like you and I.
But that's not true because Denver did not get that call when Jerry Stidham tossed that ball out and then they decided first they said it was a forward pass that it was intentional grounding. Then they said it was a backwards pass. He's the home team. He didn't get the benefit of that call. Because I didn't see a backward pass. I saw an ill-advised push forward on the ball. I don't know why he would do that, but it did not look like a backwards pass. He did not get the benefit. And they were home. Their home team. They didn't get the benefit of that call. Because they didn't want the Broncos going to the Super Bowl with a backup.
Well, I thought they got the call and then they reversed it. Is that correct? Because if they hadn't reversed it, it should have been a touchdown, correct?
If they hadn't stopped it, it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah. Well, they didn't.
Because the call was intentional grounding. They changed it to a backwards pass.
Right. How you going?
The original call was intentional grounding. They changed it to a backwards pass.
How you gonna change that? The calls are supposed to go.
Yeah, but I could talk about football all day, but I know people probably don't want to talk about football. This is not a football discussion. But go ahead, Latoxi. Yeah, I think Kevin wanted to say something. Kevin was like, "Y'all talking about football? I'm out of here." So, Latoxi,
I'm gonna go down.
That's okay. Hey, Latoxi.
Evening. I just came up to say, forget the Patriots. I don't want to curse on here. I hope they lose.
They probably gonna win because I'm like every time I voted, I root against them. They win.
Right. I had to say this too, though. When you're talking about the calls, I have been watching sports a very long time, as both of you have also. And what I realize is that these sports leagues are entertainment leagues first.
Yep.
They are going to make the most dramatic thing happen. They're not going to be fair intentionally because they're trying to build up the anticipation of like some type of story that they need to sell for advertisements.
Yep.
So this whole thing with Stephon Diggs and how they delayed his case until after the Super Bowl. This is before they won the AFC South or the AFC. So,
but I would have thought they would have wanted the Rams in the Super Bowl, right? Because you would have had the supposed, MVP 1 and 2 going against each other. Old man Stafford with young man Drake May.
I just don't feel like the Rams have a big enough fan. Like, I think it has a lot to do with the ownership. Robert Kraft versus whoever owns the
Seahawks. I don't know.
It's a woman, actually, I think.
Oh wow. Okay.
But anyway, long story short, I think the ownership has a lot to do with it.
Okay.
But anyway, I just wanted to say that just like OKC is not a real team and did not win a real championship, the Patriots won't win a real championship either. That's all I had to say.
Oh, okay.
Just had to put that OKC Thunder hate out there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know nothing about the basketball.
Okay, sorry. I just feel like it's just like one of those. So long story short, their main player, SGA, is a flop merchant. He gets all these crazy calls. It's like he'll foul somebody and get a foul called for him. Like that's how bad it is. And of course, because they played my team, Pacers, all the way through Game 7 of the finals, I feel very strongly about them, recognizing that it is an entertainment league, and our team absolutely should have won because we could have won in like 4 or 5 games. But because the calls didn't go our way, they stretched it out to 7 games. So,
got you.
Long story short, I just had to say, just like the Patriots are not a real team, neither is the Thunder. And, that's all I had to say.
I'm going to chime in for 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. This is my analogy of the NFL right now, and I wanted to agree with the entertainment part, but I look at it from it's a business. It is a business. It is truly a business. With it being a business, the director, I'm using the word director, but he's got another name.
Commissioner.
Make sure that all of the teams go to the to the Super Bowl. So your team probably going to go to the, not talking about the Bears or anybody, just saying your team are probably going to go to the Super Bowl 15 or 20 years later, because I've got to keep my fan base happy. So every team in the NFL, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, are going to go to the Super Bowl. And we're seeing that. But, you know, we being fans, we can't see that. We just root. But this is a business. And if you don't keep your fans happy, right, you'll lose them. And they're not intending on.
Well, I don't know about that, because the Vikings, the Vikings been, but they didn't win. But who hasn't been? The Detroit Lions, the Cleveland Browns, a few of them, they ain't been to the Super Bowl now. And they don't look like they're getting there no time soon.
Let's take Detroit. If you know anything about Detroit, where Detroit went in the last 2 years, that was their Super Bowl. They never been that good before in the last 50 or 60 years.
Not that was their Super Bowl. You funny. All right, okay, we're gonna get off the football. We're gonna get off the football.
All right, then.
Hey, hi, C, how are you? You can unmute.
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. And yourself?
I'm great, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I just hopped on. I just seen your backdrop there, and I was just trying to maybe catch up on, on that Mark 11:24 and the 4 steps. Just because I've been trying to grow, but I've been struggling.
Oh, okay. So you're familiar with that your mind is your creative power?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, yes. I feel like I understand that, but I feel like nothing really comes through me. It's like through God, or it's in me, but it's from God, so it's not really of me.
Okay, well, but do you understand the principle of Mark 11:24?
Not exactly, to be honest.
Okay, are you familiar with the script? Do you know what it says?
I have, I'm not gonna say I completed the Bible, but I've read it, but I don't remember the scriptures.
Okay, so the scripture says, "Therefore I say to you, whatever you desire when you pray, believe you have received it, and you will have it." So that's what the 4 steps are based off. So whatever you desire, that's step 1. That's you deciding what you would like to have. Step 2, prayer. Now, prayer, many people think prayer is begging, beseeching, bargaining with God. That's not prayer. Prayer is about claiming, commanding what it is that you would like to experience in your world. Step 3.
Does it?
Go ahead. Say that again.
Okay. No, go ahead. I'll let you finish. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no problem. But I mean, you could, if you want to gain more clarity on step 2, you can ask some questions.
Okay, yeah, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Step 3, believe. Believe means to accept a thing as true or real. So when you're asking asking in the script is not about trying to get a request or get permission. It means, again, to command. Or claim. So prayer and ask is kind of the same word. It's synonymous. So when you're asking for something, you're actually commanding it, not trying to get permission for it. And then step 4, this is the part where you do nothing to make it so, because it's already so. The script says, if you can believe that you already have it, then you will. It says, believe you received, that's past tense, received it, then what? You shall have it. It will come. So whatever you're asking for, which means whatever you're commanding, you have to accept its reality. This is where faith comes from, or comes in. Because what does faith say? Now, faith is the substance of a thing hoped for and the evidence of not being able to see it. So the thing that you're asking for, you don't know how you're going to get it. You don't know when it's going to come. That's faith. because it's going to require that you trust God to bring forth the thing that you're asking for.
Okay. Okay. And that wouldn't be that wouldn't be considered like him interfering with my own will to do something to for my desires. My desire is something that I like work hard to achieve that. If he comes in, if I pray and he comes in and he answers my prayer and helps me, would that be an interference with my free will of me achieving these on my own?
Now, how's it interfering with your free will? What does the scripture say? The scripture says all that the Father has already belongs to you. And what belongs to the Father?
Oh, okay, I got
The
you.
earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof.
Okay.
So the earth belongs to God, and then God said all that I have belongs to you. So all you got to do is claim what it is that you want to experience. It's a smorgasbord. It's infinite. Everything is on the menu, though. Everything is on the menu. You just got to choose what you want off the menu. What do you want?
And then that helps with maybe someone in maybe someone in an abusive relationship or a child being abused, they can desire not to be abused anymore, and they can do that. Mark, would that apply to them?
Yep.
To pray out of that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. When it comes to someone, thoughts are creative. So children are they fall, for the lack of a better word, victim to the parental guidance or who's ever raising them, right? At a certain age, from 0 to 7, you're basically like a sponge, or you're a sponge, and you're just absorbing information. And at that time, you're not really trying to decipher whether your parents or your guardian is lying to you, right? You say that these people birthed me, or these people are responsible for me, so I trust them. Even if you shouldn't, you do. Horrific beings. They all you know. And so children don't have the capacity to really decipher. I'm not gonna say all children, but most children don't have the capacity to be like innately they know it's wrong, but they maybe can't verbalize it. They can't, express it. But they know they know that here's the thing. Everyone is mostly conditioned in fear. So even if the child is praying, God, get me out of this. God, help me. God, I need you to do, because there are people that have prayed that way and nothing happened. I have family that talks about that. So what I would say is most people don't know how to pray. So most people pray about the problem and not about the solution. So this law is no respect of persons. It doesn't care if you're 5 years old or if you're 50 years old. If you don't know how to apply it, you will get erroneous results, regardless of age. Because if God was this God that Christians try to make, or religion try to make God out to be, nothing would ever happen to children. Nothing. God will protect, but God don't protect children. Children are at the mercy of their mind and at the mercy of their parents or who's ever raising them. Because this law, for it to be perfect, cannot give partiality based on age, based on whether you are aware of the law or not, based on ignorance or not. And most of us as children are ignorant of the law. And so we suffer the consequences of being ignorant of the law. That's why a lot of people have a problem with God, because they like, what? How could you dare not protect children who are innocent and are ignorant of what's going on?
Yeah, because that would be the moral thing to do. Someone, especially a child, right? If you don't understand.
Yeah. That's why I know that the Bible is not morality. As much as you want, as much as people would like to think it is, they want to think that this law is about moral behavior, then why God ain't interceding then? If it was based on morality, why God sitting back letting this stuff happen to kids and the disabled and the mentally challenged?
So he's not about that. So you're saying like God ain't about them. He just
The law doesn't bend for nobody. And you know it
Right.
doesn't. You know it doesn't
Right.
bend for anybody. That's what makes it perfect. Because it does not bend or sway because you asked real nicely. Or because you're crying. Or because you're hurt. Or because you're abused.
so it's not morality then. It's about power.
It's about knowledge. My people perish for lack of knowledge, for lack of a
Right.
vision. Without a vision, the people perish.
Right. But so you said it's not about the morals of like the Bible is not a moral book or moral instructions. It's just you're saying it's like a law.
It's a book of love. The thing is, people aren't taught to love. People are taught to fear. People don't teach the Bible. People teach religion, which is different.
Right.
Religion is fear-based. The Bible is love-based.
But the Bible has fear stuff in there though, right?
It tells you what happens when you operate in fear. It's telling you about how when the mind operates in fear and when the mind operates in love. When you operate in fear, you get abuse, you get all kind of horrific tragedies. Those things happen out of ignorance in operating in fear. But when you operate in love, you don't experience those things.
Right. So would that make it? You think that would make it difficult for someone like me, for example? I grew up in the church, and it was definitely fear based. Believe me, you're in a relationship, and in this relationship, if you turn your back on the person you're in a relationship with, he's constructed a torture chamber that you can go reside in, for eternity. And this sounds more like control, but in plenty times it's mentioned to fear me, and then you hear the hellfire. So it would be understanding for someone to, especially someone who's raised in this, to take it. To take it based on fear, because God is very clear that He wants you to be scared of Him.
No, that's not true.
What
No.
does fear mean? I'm sorry. I
Fear
thought
means to
meant, like-
respect. Fear means to be respect, to be in awe of, to reverence, to revere, not to be afraid of.
So what? Okay. So they didn't have that. I guess they probably didn't have that vocabulary. Maybe then to respect me.
I mean, that's the thing with the English language. Words change over time, and we have a lot of synonyms, right? We have a lot of words that mean the same thing, but we use them, right? Fear
So is that
has had the fear because you understand that with the language you're reading the Bible in isn't the original language, right?
Right.
You will be reading in English, and English wasn't around when the Bible was originally
So
compiled.
does that make it a good? So does that make it a good? I mean, knowing that, but because now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, dang, if I want to get a message across to someone I care about, I'm not gonna, it seems like one of the worst ways to do it is put it in a book that's been tampered with, and then you need a concordance to figure it out, and then it could have been rewritten over here and whatever, and then by the time it gets to me, it's like, man, what is this?
Mhm.
So it seems like it could be a difficult road, and the instructions almost seem impossible for me. I'm just speaking for me, and I guess that's probably why I struggle with it. But here in your version, it's not a book of morality. It's more about power and control, and which
No, religion is about power and control. The Bible's about love. The
But there's power
religion
and control.
interpreted the book from a powerful, manipulative, controlling aspect. The Bible, in and of itself, is a book on love.
Right, so I guess it's so religion, right, is to believe in and follow someone with superhuman powers or superpowers, whatever the definition is. So when I think about God and trying to understand him using his power to like, shred 41 children to pieces for bullying the prophet man walking up, which in some people's eyes, like yesterday, the dude was so proud of that, and I'm thinking about it. I mean, I know what when a kid bullies someone, and sometimes it's something from the house. Sometimes it's deeper than whatever. But just the thought of like a dude like using some bears.
I'm not familiar with that parable, that story, but that's a parable. So I'm going to give you the premise of my perspective on the Bible. Then I'm gonna go to the next guest. The Bible is not a history book. It's not about anything that actually happened in time and space. The Bible is a book of parables. It's all allegory. It's all symbols. None of those people in the Bible ever existed. They're all personifications of the mind. The Bible is a psychological book. It's a science book, mind science. You also will find all sciences in that book. You will find numerology, astrology, neurology, cosmology, astronomy, astrology. You're going to find all of those. You're going to find all of that. Those instructions you will find in that book, because the book is all about you. The God that you're talking about is you, your mind. The creative power in man is the mind. The reason why things happen in this world because man decides to do it, and for no other reason, because you thought it happens.
Okay. It's not printed like they're talking like it's talking about me.
I know. Yeah, I get it, because that's how you were taught. You were taught that it was about a God apart. But I can give you several scriptures that'll tell you it's about the God within you and not the God outside of you.
Okay. Yeah. If you, whenever, I mean, you don't have to do it right now and understand you got to move on to the next person, and I respect that. But yeah, if you get some time or something, I would, if you can send me those scriptures so I can get a better understanding of this. I mean, when it comes to me and raising my children, I want to make sure, I'm going in the right direction, and I want to try to do my due diligence and gather as much information as I can that is true. Mm-hmm. And then go with that. Like you said, I was raised and I was just following what someone else was telling me until I had read the Bible myself. And then when I've done that, I seen, well, that's not really that good either. But I mean,
yeah. So you can look. Do you have Chat GPT?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, so this is what you do. I don't even got to send you no scriptures. Any scripture that you want to understand fully, ask Chat GPT to ask it, say, explain to me, let's say John 10:34, where Jesus says, have I not said ye are gods? Decode that scripture for me esoterically. When you talk to ChatGPT and you ask it a question about the Bible, always ask for the exoteric explanation of the scripture. You can also ask it to reference the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, because that's going to give you, it's not a concordance, but it does have a lot of the stories of the Bible explained to you, especially a lot of the Bible names. It's going to explain to you Jesus. It's going to explain to you the Christ. It's going to explain to you David, Goliath, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and let you know that they're all personifications of your mind.
And it'll be I guess it'll probably be a logical, because I like to, do logical and critical thinking approach rather than faith, because faith can be used for anything bad, anything, you know what I'm saying? I like a logical. So hopefully that's what I'll get out of it, a logical standpoint, because the Bible is very illogical, but.
I mean, it's logical when you understand it from a psychological perspective. If you're making it a history book and it's going to be very illogical. It's going to be very contradictory. It is not going to, when you study scripture from a literal perspective, it's very contradictory. I just did a video about that, how Paul and Jesus's doctrines are very different when you take this Bible literally. Because right. Jesus talks about keeping the law. Paul tells you that you don't need the law.
Right.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I'm gonna go to Kevin, and then we're gonna go to Mind Uploading. Hello, Kevin. How are you? Oh, you too. Thank you for joining.
Hey, my sister.
Hey. How are you?
I'm great. Wait till your caller find out there's nobody else outside of him.
Right. That you're it. You're the God you've been looking for. It's gonna be a shock to the system.
Yeah. He may not be ready for that, but
he's in this live. He ready for it.
Okay, well.
Hey, if I be lifted up, I draw all men unto me. right? No
Seeking
man
you shall
comes to
find.
me, right? Unless the
Seeking you shall
Father,
find.
yeah, unless the Father within them draws, unless the Father within me draws him, right? Nobody comes to me.
Yep.
Yep.
When the student is ready, the teacher appears. So it's all about you. I love the live and how we don't point people to their pocketbooks and give unto us as paying their tithes for being involved in this live. We teach them to go within themselves. That the answer is nigh unto them. It's always been there. You had to be taught to look outside of yourself because naturally you don't think that way. Naturally, it's not that's how you came into this world. You wanted to experience things. That's why you have to tell babies, get off of that. Get down from that. Don't put that in there. Because they want to experience. They came here to experience. And they want to experience everything. But they don't know bad from good. You tell them you're being good. Or you tell them you're being bad. But they don't know what that is and don't really care. And until you return as a child, you're not going to understand the kingdom of heaven. It's supposed to confine those. It's supposed to confine those people that just they think that they're so intelligent, they're so smart, that they figured it all out. It's not outside of them, it's within you. All that I am is a reflection of you. I'm me talking to me. I'm also me of you talking to you. I'm a fragment of who you are. Telling you, sit here to tell you to look within yourself for yourself. You are the Godhead. This world is an illusion. All of it. It's a reflection of your thoughts. Thoughts are things. So, since thoughts are things, what you imagine is real. What you imagine is real. It's absolute. And you prove it all the time. You prove to yourself how real your imagination is. And you get to change it. If you say, okay, I don't like how this thing is going for me, you go, okay, it doesn't judge. You say, well, I don't like this anymore. Say, okay, well, what do you want me to do? Well, I want you to do this. It's okay, I'll do that. It doesn't judge you. It doesn't ask you for guidance. I used to say, unsolicited advice is seldom adhered to. Mm-hmm. That was one of my sayings. The universe is not going to be knocking you over the head, making you take the knowledge. It's not going to overtake your will and say, no. This is what you should do. I don't care what you think. This is what you do. No, the law says whatever and whosoever. You get what you think. There's nobody to blame but you, because there's no one else but you. I appreciate everybody that have taken part of the wisdom or the teaching or any of the things that I share with you. But it's not me, it's you. It's me sharing you with you because I'm a part of you, just like you are a part of me. The reason I don't see any wrong in you, because I don't see it in me. You're perfect. You don't have to become something I want you to become. You're perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. The world may think different, but F the world. F meaning forget in this example. Forget them. Forget them. It's only what do you want? What do you want to happen? What would you like?
Yes.
That's the only thing. Religion is the only thing that matters because it's the only thing that there is. It's the only thing that is. And the sooner you lean into that, the sooner you wrap your spirit around that, the more you will tap into the power of who you are. You're so powerful, you can give your power away and you can take it back. Like, what? Yes, you can. That's why the world tried to trick you into believing that you're not you. It tries to deceive you, give you the illusion that things are outside of you. And it's not. It's all an illusion. You're it, Jack. You're it, buddy. You're it, sister. You're it, brother. There is no outside of you. You are, that's why it says, be the change you want to see in the world, because you are the only change you will see in the world. Now, back to this manifesting faith. How do you get the faith to get the things that you don't see, to bring them into the things that you do see? You have to believe that the only thing that is real are the things that are unseen. The only thing that is actually real is that which you cannot see. Because if you can't see it, the only way to possess it is through faith. And once you have it, you don't need the faith to get it anymore because you already got it.
Mm.
So let's put that in perspective. When someone gives you something that you really, really want, you really, really want it, and they give it to you, do you just turn around and walk away, or do you thank them? Like the 10 in the Bible, where only one turned around and came back and said thank you? Are you the one that says thank you when you get something? Use your manners. You thank them because you now possess it, because why? You thought about it. Your imagination is real. So if you got it in your imagination, you say thank you because you now possess it. Check and see if I'm wrong. How about all the things you didn't want? You didn't even say thank you for those things. You didn't want them, but you got them. Because thoughts are things. You are God creating your reality. Whenever you say, let there be, it is. And the sooner you lean into that, the more you're going to be better off. That's why you're here. That's why you're here in this planet, to know who you are, to remember who you are. And it's fun. We had what we had on earlier, a lady was talking about, she been watching you for a year, Toya, and she was saying how much fun she having now.
Yep. Yep.
And how much fun her kids are having.
Mm-hmm.
The scripture says you have life and life more abundantly.
Yes.
More abundantly. Wouldn't you like to feel what that feel like? Well, you can't get there until you understand. Remember who you are. And that's all we're doing. I'm just reminding you who you are.
Yep.
I'm not creating anything. You're already made. You're already perfect.
Yep.
Just be who you are.
Nothing to do, just be. What I say, you only have one job.
That's it. You
One
only got one
job.
job.
What job is that? The acronym.
Yeah.
Joy of being.
The joy of being.
People don't like being though. They don't like who they are because they were told that who they are wasn't enough.
Yes.
There was something wrong with you.
Yes.
Don't you know you're broken? Don't you know you need to do inner work, shadow work? Don't you know you need to go to the dark side?
Don't you know you need to pay $5,000
to help me help you do the thing you need to do anyway?
To help me help you.
To do the thing you're going to do anyway? Because I ain't doing it. You still got to do it. At the end of the day, you paying somebody to do the work you're going to end up doing anyway.
What did Paul say? The very thing I didn't want to do, that I did. That I did. And Paul is only talking about you. It made me think about the song Shaft. He's a bad mother. I'm just talking about Shaft. But this is why I'm so in love with this community and the people that are a part of this community. I'm so in love with being and walking in our Godship of who we are.
Yes.
To move from being taught to be limited back to remembering we are unlimited.
Yep. Limitless. Now you want to understand who you are. There are some movies out there too.
Okay.
Limitless.
I like that movie.
Was it Intro?
Interstellar, yes.
Inception,
yep.
Doctor Strange.
I love that movie.
Doctor Strange. Like all the Marvel movies, like the multiverse.
Yep.
They're all, all
leave
these superhero type movies.
Don't leave out Kung Fu Panda.
Just about everything. Inside Out 1 and 2.
Inside Out 1 and 2.
What is it? What they call it? What is it? I've never seen it, but people say, is it a never-ending story? Is that the name of it?
Yes, I love it.
Okay, I gotta watch that movie. I haven't watched it.
You gotta see it.
I have to.
See it.
And the movie, what they say, everything, everywhere, all at once, something like that. What is it called?
I know what you're talking about.
The Wizard of Oz. Yes, all of these movies are telling us about who we are.
Yes, I just watched the Kung Fu Panda the other night, and it starts out with a dream.
Like the Bible.
Right.
Starts off with a dream. We missed that part, right? Because that's not something that's highlighted when you're in religion, right? What does it say? God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. When does it say Adam ever woke up?
It don't.
We missed that part though. We missed that God never woke up Adam.
Adam still sleep to this day.
God is dreaming this dream of reality as you dream a little dream with me.
Mm-hmm.
You're dreaming. God is dreaming, and you're God dreaming that you're
Don't
this
forget-
avatar.
Don't forget the Matrix.
Oh, The Matrix, another good movie. Yep. Adam doesn't awaken until the Christ steps on the scene in the Old Testament. I mean, in the New Testament.
The New Testament.
That's
right.
when Adam awakes. That's why Paul is made to quote the Old Testament and say, "Awake, O thou that sleepeth, rise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light." Because Christ is not a person.
Right, it's a mind.
It's the power
It's a
and wisdom
spirit.
of all there is. It's the
Yeah.
Akashic records. It's infinite intelligence. It's the wisdom of the ages that you have access to. All you got to do is go to sleep asking for the answer, or during the day, if it's something you need to know and don't care about how you get the answer, oh, you'll get it.
Oh yeah.
When you least expect, just ask and just know that the answer comes, because when you ask, it's always given.
Let this mind be in you, that is also in Christ Jesus. The mind, be ye transformed by what? The renewing of your feet.
He's so silly.
Of
Okay.
your
Okay. We
hands. I looked at my hands. My hands looked too. I looked at my feet, and they did too.
You're so silly.
The
Okay.
renewing of your mind.
Okay, we're going to let mind uploading
Okay.
come on through. You can unmute.
Yeah, greetings to all beautiful
Greetings.
souls. Greetings to the
Oh, I
gods.
remember
Kevin.
you. I remember that voice. You
Kevin.
changed your name.
Yeah, because I read Kevin. I love what you're sharing, man. I some of the things that we have to agree to disagree. Cause you know, when it come on to awareness, it's not about a competition. What makes us different is our levels of awareness. I hear y'all was talking about the Wizard of Oz and the Truman Show. What you said the Wizard of Oz did in the movie, she leave Oz and wake up out the dream and cancers, right? So that's what every soul is supposed to do, because we are eternal beings, we are gods, and we are fractal of the one God mind that is all. But guess what? It's different level of awareness. A lot of soul don't know how they get inside of this earth. And let me tell you how we get in here. We upload our consciousness through a star port. The star portals are ports for souls. That's how we upload with consciousness from the real world, which is cancers, and we came into ours, which is hell. So in reality, we are hell, and the only thing what real in this place is you, because the real war is on the mind, because we are infinite beings. We are eternal consciousness. We were never created, and we cannot be destroyed. So in reality, we are not the body. That's only something what we animating from our heart, and we give life to that vehicle, but we are the driver of the vehicle. And what happened after unalignment? Because one day the avatar have to expire. You know what I mean? So if you don't know to go home, you will keep repeating the cycle, you know what I mean? Because they have some beings, what they call the archons, them job is to manipulate and disguise themselves as light beings, and will come as your loved ones, grandfather, grandmother, spiritual belief, religious belief, and then will trick you and say, come to the white light, then pull you through the white light, then wipe your memory, reincarnate your back, and you repeat the cycle.
Well, wait a minute. Let me stop it right there. Mind uploading. So, all of that you just said, is that necessarily true, or is that hold on? Or is it only true because you accept this reality? So if I don't believe in what you just said, can that be my experience?
I mean,
It can't be. If I don't believe that there is a power outside of me that could come in and take anything from me, I'm not going to have that experience. It's just like hold on for a second before you interrupt. It's just like me being a Christian and coming to tell you, you know demons and devils and Satan's oh my are real, right? And do you know that the devil will come in and possess your body and take over your body and have you doing some evil things that you don't even want to do because they're out to get you? Because that's what you sound like now. You sound like religion telling me that there's some power outside of me that can come and possess me. I gave up religion a long time ago, not going back. So that whole mindset that there's a power outside of me trying to do something and take over my body, nothing is opposing God. And you just told me I'm God, but then you told me that there's something greater than God that can do something to God. The only thing that can do something to God is God. We're the creator of our own reality. We create the evil and the good. So the only reason why evil exists is because man creates it in the mind. So if you didn't think this way, then it couldn't be this way. Because it's as a mind thinks, so is it. So you can, we're not gonna do that fear mongering on my platform. I don't do it. I don't deal with that. It's some other power greater than us. It's some other power. Because you just told me I animate the body. You told me I animate the body. You said I animate the body. God animates the body. But then you just told me that something else could come and animate the body. So how can something else come and animate if I'm the animator of the body? It ain't two powers, there's only one. But you come and telling me that there is two powers. You're telling me, oh no, it's another power. It's another power outside of you working against you. And I disagree. So unless you're about to change what you say, we're going to have to end this conversation.
I try to clarify. That's why I saying the difference between us is different levels of awareness. Probably I on a higher level than you. It's different levels.
Well, you can take your higher levels into another platform because I don't care about these other entities you're talking about because I know there's only one power. It's like it sound like fear mongering and I ain't with it. I don't do the fear mongering. I don't need to be aware of some other power. I only need to be aware of my own mind, my own consciousness.
I never said that. I just, what I'm trying to say, right? I never dispute what you're saying. What I'm trying to say, you're being here thousands of times. Thousands of times you're being here because you was not created and we are not the body. We only animate a body, a female or a male gender through a heart. Okay,
I agree with that. It's when you start talking about some archon and all of that. When you went off onto that journey, onto that path, I have to interrupt because I don't agree with you. And I know we don't have to agree. But what on my platform, we don't get into all that other powers because that reminds me of religion. It reminds me of spirituality. It reminds me of division and separateness and saying that there's something outside of consciousness when there is only consciousness.
I never said that.
You did say that there is an archon that did different.
I talking about when you're going home, when the avatar expire, because that's the spirit trap soul. I don't believe in religion, spirituality, or nothing. I don't look.
So how's the soul again? So the soul is trapped, and then what's going to happen to it? You said that something was going to happen to it. That something was trying to control it. Did you not say that? You didn't say that you didn't say something was trying to control it and possess it?
I was talking about the archons when it's time when the avatar expire and the silver card shackle expire when the soul leave the body. If you don't know to go home, you go come back to this place again. That's how we been coming here over and over and over again.
And what's wrong with coming here over and over again? What's wrong with coming here over and over again?
Because this is hell.
What's wrong? What's wrong? No, this is heaven on earth. See, that's what I'm talking about. You're saying it's hell. I'm saying it's heaven. We have two different perspectives.
But they are unaliving young babies and hiding the evidence in the meat.
Okay, I'm about to drop you because I don't get into that conversation. You can go to church. You can go watch the news if that's what you want to talk about. You go watch the news. You don't have to come here. If you want to hear what's going on in Iraq, Syria, all that, you can go watch the news. The propaganda machine will definitely tell you what you want to hear. We're not doing that over here. We're not doing that over here. Uh, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm calling you Kay. Hello.
Okay.
How are
Hi.
you? How do you pronounce your name?
Kaylani.
Kaylani? Okay.
Yes. So, I had a question. So, I kind of heard, well, before, that rant,
We
but
got off track.
you had said something along the lines of like, oh my gosh, like basically, so you think if, so you is, and just kind of like pulling, not being religious, but pulling like, scripture of certain things. So you think if, so you is, but you know how you coming across people, and maybe this is like shadow work or more work I have to do, but like come across people that you once you realize that like, oh, maybe they're taking advantage of me, or maybe like it, yeah, like how does that come about with that saying, like, so a man think of, so he is? Because me, I honestly, I don't know if it's a fear thing, but I try to think like, please, I want good friends. I try good multifaceted of people, not just one type of people to surround myself with. But yeah, so I'm just trying to like understand that when it comes to like relationships and friendships and dealing with unique people, I don't want one set of friends, but I also, like, every time, it's like every season in my life, it may not even be the same people. Like, I'm not the type, like, it's easy to, I have, like, if I know that you're gonna snake me out, oh yeah, I'm cutting my grass low and I'm getting the snakes out, but it's like I notice it's like certain seasons, and sometimes I think it's like, like you said, like me and Guy signed a contract, like I'm gonna go through this so I can learn this for this. So sometimes I almost be like contradicting myself and feeling like that, but I get to a point where it's like I don't know how to. I want to make sure I'm manifesting the right things and not chaos, just to say for the plot, just to say, oh, I have a Christ being like a story,
I just want you to realize that, like you said, what you think you create. So you just told me what you're creating just by your conversation. Oh, I believe that there are snakes going to come in and try to take advantage of me. So guess what? Because what you're creating. Snakes have to come in and take advantage of you. So now you got to cut your grass low and get the snakes out, because you just create the reality of having to experience that. On the other hand, you could just say, friends I have, they're amazing, they're diverse, they all have different unique perspectives and experiences, and I appreciate them and love them for just how they are. Everyone that comes into my experience only means me good, and really mean that, and you'll really experience that. It's really that simple, because just like you have been experiencing the opposite, is because you've been saying it. Pay attention to how you talk. You just said this is why it's happening, because you said this is why it's happening. It's happening because you said it. You're writing the story. You're telling the story. These are seasons I have to go through. These are lessons I have to learn. See, I don't have to learn no lessons. I don't go through seasons. I don't know nothing about that. I don't talk like that. I don't got to do no shadow work, no inner work, no healing journey. Nope. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Ain't nothing to fix. There's nothing wrong. See, the world would like to tell you, and I notice a lot of the people that the spiritual community, that's why I don't say I'm spiritual. I don't say I'm religious, spiritual. I am whoever the fuck I say I am. That's it. Whoever I decide to be that day, that's who I'll be. Right? Yeah, and see, the spiritual community wants to tell you how broken you are, but isn't that the same thing as the religious community? How is that different? Didn't religion tell you there's something wrong with you? You need a savior. Isn't the spiritual community telling you the same thing? There's something wrong with you. You need to do inner work.
Yeah.
Same shit, different, right? Two sides of the same coin, right? It's two sides of the same coin. Something's wrong with you, and you need to fix it. And so people are always on the healing journey. Never feel like they're enough. Like you said, I don't know if it's more shadow work I need to do. When is the shadow work ever going to be done?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna forever have to do shadow work? Or you just gonna just learn to enjoy who you are, where you are, as you are, because that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need to be different. Because people are going to accept you just the way you are. Why? Because you do. The moment you accept you as being enough, your world will reflect that back to you. But if you think there's something wrong with you, your world will reflect that back to you. See how that works? Because your world is a mirror. It's always showing you.
Right. And just not to throw you off, if you like what basically what you were saying, but that just reminded me. Could you also like elaborate? Because and maybe I heard it wrong, but you had said something along the lines. You were having a conversation with, I believe, Kevin before, and you were saying, some people have to go down that like road, and then that's how shadow work like kind of came up, and that's kind of what triggered my question, of basically like seeing like so a man think of so he is. But I kind of got caught the tail end because I joined the live a little late, but I caught the tail end. So I wanted you to kind of elaborate what you were saying there so I can understand what you were saying. I don't know if you remember, but I just wanted to throw that in there too.
No, because I think you probably caught it probably was a joke because I'm gonna speak for myself. Kevin can speak for himself. I don't. From my perspective, there is no healing journey. There is no inner work to be done. It's only acceptance of self. It's only changing the self-concept. And changing the self-concept is thinking the truth about you. And what's the truth about you? You're whole, you're perfect, you're amazing just the way you are. Bruno Mars. You embrace the ego. Gotta, like Beyonce, listen to that. But understand, you got every reason to feel like you're that, Like, you like embrace who you are. You don't need to change anything about you. But the world will always try to find fault. But why does the world find fault? Because you find fault. Stop finding fault within you and in others, and then there won't be no fault. But as long as you see fault, you got to change the fault. And you always got to keep fixing faults. Stop finding things wrong, and then there won't be. Because there's nothing wrong. You're incredible. You're amazing. You're dynamic. You have so many gifts, so many talents. Who you are is perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's just about seeing that in yourself. Just see how wonderful you are, how amazing you are. In the beginning, that's the work, right? Accepting your beauty. Accepting how amazing you are, accepting how wonderful you, because you ain't never told yourself that, girl, you're a badass. Like, I'm that. Yeah, I don't need to change nothing. Yeah, I don't. Not saying that aesthetically you may not feel, I could lose a couple of this, or I could put on a couple of this, or maybe I'll change. Not saying that we don't change physically things about us, but that doesn't mean we don't like ourselves. Because we want to enhance certain features, right? Don't look at enhancement as wrongness, right?
Okay.
It's like you like makeup. Some people like makeup, some people don't. Neither is wrong, right? It's just a preference. Some people like big booty, some people don't. It's just a preference, right? Some people like light skin, some people like dark skin. Neither is right or wrong, it's just a preference. But preference doesn't signify wrongness. And that's the problem. People think because you prefer a thing, the other thing has to be wrong. The other thing don't have to be wrong just because you prefer the other.
Yeah. And I think too, a lot of people like, and I'm speaking for myself, but I'm really coming into a season of like just living for me. Like, and I'm young, like I'm 21, so I really have to like really embody that. But like, I think I needed to come across this page to kind of shift my mindset because like, the world do tell you, especially a Black woman, is everything wrong with you. You go to
I
work,
was talking
it's
about that
already
earlier.
something wrong.
Yep. I've been on here since 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, so it's been almost 3 hours. So I led talking about that.
Okay. Yeah, like it's crazy. Like, but yeah, no, for sure. Definitely. Like living for me, like living for yourself, because and not in a selfish way, like just living for yourself, like doing the things, like I'm just kind of getting back into that, because I used to believe that, like as a kid and like you said, like it was outside things telling me it's something wrong, or not even necessarily wrong, or it's just not right, or you're leading yourself down a path of destruction, like you'll get fear mongering. And then now everybody's just trying to find a solution, and it's kind of like a cycle, like you said, tails of two coins. Like I feel like I've been down every rabbit hole. Like one of the guys that came up here, I'm not even trying to be shady, like, or throw no tea, but like he has a whole like community, and I was like a little young too, so I'm naive. So, but I joined I'm on TikTok, so I'm joining the live listening to conversations. But then come to find out, like he had a whole thing where it was like giving, like, I don't want to say culty, but like it just is like the guy that was up here, he was a part of that team exit plan. Like they have this whole thing, like. And and
that
so,
escapism mentality.
Yeah,
it's religion, right? Nobody wants to face life. People want to escape it. But hold on for a second. Someone asked, I'm streaming on YouTube too. So someone asked me, so how do we separate fault and morals? There are no morals. You set your own standard. As much as we want to say that there's a right or wrong, there really isn't. Consciousness isn't about right or wrong. Consciousness is about, what do you decide? What do you decree? What do you declare? I reference the script Bible because Jesus talks about the kingdom, right? The kingdom of God, right? We know you're a ruler, you sit on the throne. When you rule, you create laws, right? The ruler creates the law in the kingdom, right? And don't have to consult with anyone, right? The king decrees and declares, and then what? The subjects have to what? Obey. You don't need permission to go to war. Don't need permission to build a castle. Don't need permission to build an army. Just sends out the word. And because it says it's so, that makes it so. Like God. God decrees and declares a thing to be, and it is. There is no argument. Who God consulting? No one. Your God. Act accordingly. Know that you're loved. And I think that's the part when we say there is no morality, people try to take love out of the equation. The only reason why you think you need morality because you operate in fear. Because see, there's no law against love. But fear has all kind of laws, right? Paul gives you the list of laws. Right? He said, those that are, the law is for who? The lawless. Those who don't know love. But those who know love don't need a law. Because love is all consuming, it's transforming, it's unconditional, it's accepting, right? 1 Corinthians 13, chapter the 4th through the 8th verse, it tells you what love is. It's patient, it's kind. It's not puffed up and proud. It does not seek its own. It keeps no records of wrong. It does not rejoice in evil, but rejoices in truth. Right? It tells you what love looks like in word and in deed. But fear, a laundry list of things. All right? A laundry list of error. So when you operate in love, you ain't got to worry about no morals. Yep. Hey, Mia. Hello, Noreen. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So we have to say, the thing is, we too busy looking at somebody else's backyard, looking at somebody else's lane, looking at how someone else is living life, and we're judging ourselves according to their standard. When you're only to judge you according to your standard. Judge righteous judgment, which means think right about your life. Understand that everything is going the way it's supposed to go and ain't nothing wrong, and everything happens. All things work together for your good. All things are always working out for me. Tell yourself that all things always work out for me. I don't care what it looks like. Everything works together for my good. You got to learn how to talk to yourself.
Yep.
Talk to myself, cause
I
there
knew
is
you were
no one
singing.
to
I
talk
just was waiting
to.
for you to sing
Don't
that.
ask
I
me
knew
why.
you were singing.
Why I do. Christopher Williams, I talk to myself. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it really is simple. We have a book club called we have a book club, and the book that we're reading, we started reading 3 weeks ago. We'll be on our 4th week coming this Saturday. We're reading chapters 9 through 11. It's called The Power of Awareness. I recognize people don't pay attention to how they think. Here's the thing: when you understand that your thoughts are literally things, it is the creative power in your world. Why aren't we paying attention to how we think? Because it's our thoughts that are creating the people that show up, the situations, the circumstances, the events, the ideas, the money, the health, the happiness, the joy, the peace, the love. All of that is a result of our thinking. What story are you telling? Because that's the story you're creating, because you're the producer, you're the author, you're the director, and you are the star. I'm a star. I'm a star. I get money. I'm a star. Like Meg Thee Stallion told us, right? You are the star, but you're also the producer. You are Universal Studios. You are the banker. You are bankrolling this project. You're sending out the casting calls with the script that you're writing. The only thing you don't get to do, you don't get to say who's going to play the role. But you are casting the role. You're saying, okay, the person that I'm looking for, whoever my significant other is. If you think marriage is hard, or relationships are hard, and men are difficult, or women are nagging, you're writing that script. So don't be surprised when the nagging woman comes along. Oh my God, I can't believe she's not gonna be like, oh, I knew men. That's all women do. Yeah, you knew it because you blew it. First one knew it, blew it. You're right. You the cause of the nagging woman. You're the cause of the cheating man. I know that's a little bit too hard. People are like, no, I'm not responsible. He doing what he wanted to do. Now you wrote it into your script. Because you could have wrote that your man was a faithful, committed, loving, nurturing, supportive type guy. You could have said that. But no, you wanted to rock with the world, saying that, oh, men are dogs. They don't know how to treat nobody. They just out here trying to put another notch on the belt. And I don't care how good of a woman you are. The man just gonna do what a man gonna do. And the man, they just gonna cheat because that's just what they do. I don't care how good. Look at Halle Berry. Look at Beyonce. If Beyonce can get Jay-Z, then she Beyonce. Maybe Beyonce ain't got a great self-concept. Ever thought about that? I mean, yeah, she make great music. She's a great entertainer. She got a lot of dollars. But maybe she ain't got a great self-concept. Because, she got an alter ego called Sasha Fierce. And maybe she don't walk in Sasha Fierce. Maybe when she come off stage, she back to Beyonce. And she would be okay with thinking that a man should cheat. And mess with Becky with the good hair. Listen to the songs she sings. She tells you. It's crazy in love. Ring the alarm. I've been through this too long. I'll be damned if I see another chick on his arms. Ring the alarm. I've been through it too long. I'll be damned if I see she be rocking. What? You worry about her walking things? Driving things? People tell on themselves. All you gotta do is listen to these songs. People tell you where their confidence is. Y'all don't know how to be half coming for me now. I don't really care. I'm gonna stop. But, you got to start comparing your life to others. That's her road. That's her journey. That's her life. you know, one day, you know, maybe they figured it out, you know, she figured it out, you know, she might change her self-concept, and now Jay-Z is the loving, doting husband she always wanted. He's there for her. He did, you know, they decided that she stayed with him. So maybe she did change her self-concept. Maybe he did show up the way she wrote in her script. Maybe she redefined relationship. Maybe she redefined her marriage. And now he's exactly what she had always wanted. Maybe it did fit that role for her. Aaron got the bees. You funny, Aaron. Oh my goodness. But yeah, you gotta know this is your story, and don't compare your story to somebody else's because of some celebrity or your you know, your parents or your grandparents or your aunt, uncle, or all your friends. And all my friends married and ain't none of them got no good man. That don't mean you can't have one. That don't mean you can't be you can make your own rules and decide what your relationship is going to look like. You know, you don't know anybody that ever made it out. You don't know anybody that, you know, multimillionaires. That don't mean you can't be the first. That don't mean you can't be one just because you don't know anyone personally. This is your story. If that's what you want, the reason why you're desiring it, because you already have it. You would not be seeking for it had you not already found it. The reason why you're desiring is because you're supposed to have it, because you do have it. It's just about taking the scales off the eyes and being able to see what's always been there. The life you want is already exists. It's already there.
Yep. It's waiting on you. You not what you think you're the one waiting on that, but it's waiting on you.
Yep.
That what you desire desires you.
That's it. Yeah, you are the very yes you're waiting on. I mean, you just have to decide that it's yours, you know? That's why talking to yourself is important, especially when it comes when the doubt wants to arise and the old man wants to try to come forth. You know, even though the head been cut off, you cut the head off, but it appears to have life. That's why you don't give any credence to the outer. The outer is the shadow. The only reality is in the mind. That's the only reality. That's the only thing that's real. Like Kevin said, what's real is what you cannot see. And guess what you cannot see? You can't see your thoughts. You can create a thought. You can create a picture based on a thought, but what is that? That's almost like creating a graven image, right? So we're told not to create graven images. You don't have to create pictures in your mind. It's unnecessary. The infinite intelligence, your conscious already knows whatever you're asking for looks like. It already knows. I mean, it's cool to vision. You can do vision. You can see it if that's what your mind goes to naturally. A lot of times people try to force pictures. It's unnecessary. Say what you want, right? And allow the mind to produce it without you straining or struggling trying to see it. And if nothing comes forth, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist, because your word that you speak, it is spirit and it is life. Because your word is a picture. Your word is a picture.
Your thoughts are your vision board. Write the vision and make it plain. Where do you write it? In your mind.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
It make it plain part means to decide.
Decide what you want and then remain faithful to it.
Well, I think that's a scripture. Talking about, I think it's Mark 11 and what, 24, I think it is.
So how do you like with the graven image concept, and see, this is another thing, like with the, it's a lot of contradiction, but the graven image versus having a vision and making it plain, because like I do literally live by that, like Habakkuk 2:2. So, but I feel like for me though, like when they said like graven image, it's like literally like idolizing something or trying to depict a graven image of like what God is to look like. You know what I'm saying? Basically, kind of you're taking Habakkuk 2:2 and almost making it true. Like if you think God is a white man with blonde hair, blue eyes, you're gonna believe it. So like that's how I wanted to like that's how.
But who's God?
Oh no, I definitely don't. me myself, like inside of me, like it's an eternal, infinite being. Like I can't even but like I was just using that as an example. Like people grave images of Jesus and who they think God looks like.
Right.
But yeah, but as far as like that's how I see like the graven image. But like graving an image in my mind, I more so like resonate that with being, like manifesting, or like you trying.
Well, like I said, when you're trying to force a vision as opposed to allowing the vision. So
I'm an artist, so naturally visions come.
Right, naturally, right? You're not forcing it, right? Yeah. They just come up, right? Yeah. Because sometimes you can want something and you just can't see what it's going to look like, and you don't have to. Every manifestation, you knew what it was going to look like before it happened?
No, not exactly.
Right.
Right. So, right. Okay. All right.
And I'm not saying it's wrong, right? Because your law, but that's why a lot of people be like, I saw it and it didn't happen. Why I hadn't seen it there? Or I saw this and it turned out being totally different. Oh, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let it be, it can be the base, but be open. Because some people feel like, well, I saw the vision, it got to happen exactly like this. And then they box themselves in and wonder why, things ain't quite happening the way they saw it in their mind. Right? As opposed to receiving. It's a difference between trying to force and make a thing so, as opposed to knowing that it's already so. See, if I know it's so, do I have to see it beforehand?
Not necessarily.
Because the people, this is what the Bible says. To the Greek, the wise is foolishness. To the Jew, those who seek it for a sign, a stumbling block. People want a sign, then that ain't faith. If you need to see it before it happens, then that means you don't have faith, because faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of not being able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
If you only gonna believe it because you first see it, then that ain't faith. You don't need faith for things that you can see. You need faith for things you cannot see.
Amen right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yes, I mean, we get visions all the time in dreams, daydreams, right? Like since you're an artist, those things come. You don't have to force it. Because the moment you try to make it so, that's when you get that block, right? When people talk about writer's block, or they can't, or artists, right? Because you're trying, instead of letting it flow, you're trying to make it so. And what does the script say? You of your own self, I of my own self can do nothing. You don't make things happen. You are the channel in which the happening flows. We walk by faith and not by sight. So you got to be able to believe it, know it, without being able to see it. Or absolutely have no idea of what it looks like. But it's not saying that you want that. It says that he seals the instructions in dreams and in visions, right?
Mm,
But that's coming from the divine, not from your logical mind.
mm, yeah.
Not seeing it is the evidence of it being.
Yeah.
So that's what you're learning to put your faith in those things that you cannot physically see. Because all that scripture is saying, the evidence of things not seen, that which you cannot see with your physical eyes is the evidence of it being. Like if you had a car sitting in the garage and you say, you know what? I'm going to use my faith to go to the garage and get my car and drive to the store. How much faith did you need to do that? You didn't need any. The car is in the garage. Now, if there's the car that you desire is not in the garage, the car that you desire may be, I don't know, Maserati or whatever, some expensive exotic or whatever type of car, rare car that you may want. That you can't see is the evidence of that car being there. I hope I'm explaining it right.
Yeah, yeah, no, you are, because like because it's faith. It's like how you gonna have more faith in a car? Like you used a car, which was ironic, but I totaled my car. So recently, so like you were saying, you have a car that you believe in because you see it every day, but first of all, you don't know what's to happen next. But that was a little caveat, but I definitely I hear what you're saying though. Like, believe in the things that is for real. Because if you have this one, then what makes you think you can't get a Maserati?
Or the one that's in the garage. How do you think that one got there?
Yeah.
You had to manifest it.
Yeah.
It didn't just drive into the garage by itself.
Yeah,
they got there because you manifested it.
Yeah.
And how did you manifest it? You had to see it in your mind first. You just walk into a dealership and somebody walked up to you and handed you some keys and said, walk around the parking lot until you find the key that fit? No. You looked at a few cars, maybe drove a couple cars, went to a couple dealerships, and you say, you know what? This is the one I like. This is the one I want. You make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
And once you made that decision, it's like, okay, that's all I was waiting on.
Yeah.
Let me go get your key. That's how it works. You just need to be aware that's how it works. When you know that when you pick out the car, you don't go, oh Lord, here we go. You know, you don't check credit, do you? Oh Lord, don't check my credit. Fear, right?
People think that when we talk about manifesting, we talk about abracadabra. Like, you doing abracadabra, make a car appear, poof, and then a part like you dream a genie, I dream a genie, and you blink and then it go to car. No, the things that come into your experience happen in a normal, natural way.
Yes.
And it usually happen in a way that you didn't think. It usually happens in a way you did not think. So you're desiring a Maserati. You don't know, somebody may gift it to you. You may win in the sweepstakes. You may get a windfall of money. You may end up taking a job that says that you can, whatever. It can come in so many ways for this car to come in. Right, infinite ways for this car to come into your experience. The thing is that you're just supposed to see yourself with the car, not how you're going to get the car. How you going to get the car is going to be so natural. But it's going to be something you personally would have never thought that was the way it was going to come.
Now here's a side piece about that, what you just said. When it shows up, it's going to show up in a way that cannot be denied that that's what God did.
Yeah.
It cannot be denied. You're like, there's no way. The logical mind would want to try to explain God away by saying that it was a coincidence.
Mm-hmm. It would have happened anyway, right?
It would have happened anyway.
Oh, look what you did. I saw you work so hard and you did all that. That's why it happened. But you're like, you looking at the effects.
Right.
You don't understand the cause.
Right.
See, you don't understand that the world is effects. The world is never the cause. What you do physically is never the reason why you ever get a thing. It's how you got the thing. But it's never the reason why you got it. The why is always mental. Go ahead, Kevin.
No, I mean, since we're talking about cars, I told you about how I got my car. I'm in the line at a tow booth in a rental car. I'm sunshine, window down, enjoying the weather, in a long, ridiculous line trying to get through the toll. I look to my right. The car that I had in my mind was right next to me in another lane to go through the toll. I was like, man, what are the odds of that's the same car I had in my mind be sitting right there? And that lady don't know me, and I don't know that lady. And she happened to look my way while we were in line, and all I did was compliment. I said, ma'am, that is a beautiful car. And she said, oh, thank you. You like it? I said, oh, it is beautiful. She said, you want to buy it? I'm me and my husband thinking about selling it. I was like, what? And there was no for sale sign on it.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't say, we hadn't even put an ad in the classified for it yet. We were just tossing around the idea that we need to sell it because we don't drive it.
Mm.
And it was in mint condition. And she said, here are the keys. Take the car once we park and talk. She said, take the keys. Keep the car for a couple of weeks. Tell me what you think. Have it checked out by your mechanic.
Mm.
Right? Don't know me from Adam and give me the key to her car for a couple of weeks.
Look at that.
How about that?
How about that? There, look at that.
So I had my one of my best friend who owns a repair shop, a 9-bay repair shop, big business, and we're like best friends. And he looked at it. He said, Kevin, anything wrong with this car? It's perfect inside out. I said, well, you going to put an inspection sticker on it? He said, I sure will. So I looked up the Blue Book value. It was valued between $10,000 and $12,000. Based on the excellent condition, it was leaning close to the $12,000. When I called her and said, how much do you want for the car? She said, can you handle $2,100?
Mm.
$2,100.
Mm.
I said, well, you take cash? Do you want me to bring a cashier's check? I'm gonna burn 2 of the tires coming over there to give you the money. That part. There is no coincidence from the book of Kung Fu Panda. There is no accident.
Mm.
It manifested. It just came across. It showed itself as a coincidence.
Yeah.
But I know, and she know. And when I pulled up, I went to one Saturday morning. I said, yeah, let me take my new car I got. Well, it was new to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I took it to an appointment I had on Saturday morning because it was so nice. And I said, well, let me put the top down and really enjoy the ride. And I pulled up in front of my appointment in a really affluent neighborhood. And I knocked on the door, and the guy came to the door. He was expecting me for the appointment. He said, is that your car out there? And I kind of, had my chest out a little bit. I said, yeah, that's my car. He said, oh, no, you ain't coming in here. I said, what's wrong? You ain't trying to sell me something just to pay for your car? I said, really, we doing this right now?
funny. So you ain't trying to come up on me, huh?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yep. He was not gonna be my come up. Well, that's how it works. You have to see it. What's in your imagination is what's actually real. In the beginning was the word, thought. And the word was who? It was God.
Yep.
And the word became what? Manifested. Flesh.
Yep. Yep. Your ideas, your intentions, your desires, all of that.
All of that.
It's all, and I know people want to separate God from his creation. They're one.
It's
As
impossible
Jesus
to separate
said,
them.
I and my Father are one. Like people are like, you're not your body, you're not your body. Your body is God made flesh.
Yes.
Your body is the spirit made form, matter.
Teach it, sister.
They are one. I and that which I conceive myself to be are one. That's why God says, I am that I am.
Yes.
I am the consciousness that is assuming I am this.
It's all one.
It's all one.
There is no separation. Separation, whenever you see anybody getting you to see separation, it's always an illusion. Meaning, if you try to separate black from white or white from Mexican or immigrant, it's an illusion. There is no separation. Well, I don't know. My daughter don't like her food to touch, so maybe there.
There are a lot of people like they're like, keep them separate. You probably have them on different plates, huh? Make sure.
Right. But outside of that, we're all one. I am you, you are me, we are we.
Yeah, because Eckhart Tolle really made this popular, telling you that you are not your thoughts, the thoughts that you are thinking, they're not you, and all this stuff. And it's just like, here's the thing. The thoughts that you're having is creating your reality. So let's say that he right. Because in his eyes, he is right. In his mind, his thoughts are not his own. They're not his thoughts. Here's the thing. When you start saying that they're not you, that you're not responsible for these thoughts, that somehow they're separate from you, that is not who you are. But guess what's happening? You're experiencing those thoughts. And that's what your soul is. Your soul is the sum total of your thoughts. Your soul is your belief system. That's what goes with you. All of your thoughts go with you. Thoughts, they are forever. It's energy. So, because here's the thing, if you say it's not you, then it makes it sound you have no responsibility or no control to change it. Because if it ain't you, then who is it, and how do they get changed?
Yep.
They just swirling around in your head, and you're like, that's not me, that's not me, that's not me, that's not me. That's instead of who do you say that I am, you keep talking about what you're not. Do you know you continue to create the very thing that you're not, and why? Because that's the thing you're giving your attention to. That's how it works. That's why people don't see a change. That's why people still on the hamster wheel of life still keep going around in circles. Because they too busy talking about what they're not realizing that the thing that they're saying that they're not, because there is no knowing consciousness. When you give your attention to the thing, you give it reality.
Yep, it's like saying I'm not going to see a butterfly. And a butterfly appears. I mean, I do that experiment with people to make them aware that they are the cause. So when I want somebody to understand that it's them, that it's not Kevin, it's them, I say for the next 48 hours, every time you can think of something, say, I will not see a butterfly. Just keep saying that. Every time you turn around and think about it, wherever you are, just, I will not see a butterfly. And come back and tell me how many butterflies you see.
Yep.
I had somebody tell me, oh my God, I've never seen so many butterflies.
Like Neville Goddard's his I will not clap the ladder technique.
The ladder technique, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that proven to them that they are the operative power. It proves to them that thoughts are things. And it amazes me sometimes in that experiment that I do with them, they still don't get it.
Mm.
I
That
said,
was a
"Okay."
coincidence. I was like, it's summertime. Of course you're gonna see butterflies.
No, I'm talking about right now in the dead of winter.
Oh, right.
They may
Okay.
see it on TV or
Right.
on the phone, or scrolling or whatever.
Right.
You know, and or somebody's shirt, you know, and they go, I said, you did that. I was just a coincidence. They're gonna always because of their teaching, because of their programming.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody ever turned the TV on to specifically watch a show they do not like?
Mm.
I mean, you set your watch by, you know what time to come on, set your alarm, and you know it's going to be on for an hour, and you know you cannot stand this show. And you sit down and you get comfortable and you cut it on and watch it for a whole hour knowing you can't stand to watch this. Has anybody ever done that?
Well, people do a lot of things they say they don't like. Right.
No, I'm talking specifically watch a show that they know they can't stand. No. My daughter cannot stand football.
Mm.
I love football. I used to play football. I enjoy football. If I step away or turn my attention away from the TV, we're watching TV. If I get up to go to the kitchen to grab a snack, when I come back, that TV is on a different channel. Like, what are you doing? It was a commercial. Right?
I think Mr. Ronnie wanted to say something. Did you want to say something, Mr. Ronnie?
I'm just agreeing with Kevin. That's it.
Oh. We don't give our attention to things that we don't like, that we don't want. We'll change the channel or go do something else. We're not going to sit there and torture ourselves on purpose. Now, if you're trying to bond with somebody and there's a movie that person wants to see, and you have no interest in watching the movie that they selected, and you say, okay, they're always watching my movie. I'll sit through their movie. And you call yourself trying to sit through it to appease them, and then you end up falling asleep. Well, I'm speaking for myself. End up falling asleep. You ain't even see. You missed the good part. Oh, rewind. I'm sorry. You know? You can't be interested. No one can make you be interested in something you're not interested in. It don't matter. It has no relevance to you.
Mm-hmm.
Such as that in your natural life. You know, you think, I don't worry about people that don't like me or don't agree with me. I could care less. I mean, my responsibility is loving them. But if they don't love me back, so what? My love for them is not conditional. You know, acceptance doesn't mean accepting abuse. Right? Because if you want to test a mom that loves her child, you'd be better off messing with her than to mess with that child. Because she going to show you, she going to really show you the time of day. And that behavior, accepting people for where they are, it's okay to step back and look at a situation rather than to just knee-jerk respond to a situation. To stand back and see and say, oh yeah, I recognize this. This used to trigger me. How am I going to handle it? And then you can decide, rather than let it be a knee-jerk reaction. Rather than let the old you have the response. That's all.
Power of awareness.
Yep, it's in the book.
The power of awareness. The thing is, most people are not aware of what they give their attention to.
Correct.
So, that's why people will experience things that they say they don't like or don't want or don't, because they're focusing on the very thing they say they no longer want to enjoy or interact with. That's what we call habits, right? But habits can be broken. They can be changed, but it comes with a decision and not trying to will it into being, but surrendering to the new idea. There's a difference between trying to make a thing so and then deciding that it is, right? Deciding that it is the surrender. The trying to make it is the force, is the push, is the pull. You can't make anything so. It already is. So it's just about acceptance of it. That's the surrender. I'm going to accept that I am this person. And so this is where the communing with thyself upon thy bed comes in. This is when you talk to yourself, you talk to your body, you talk and say, okay, well, we're doing this thing. I am this thing. What does that look like? And let the visions come up on their own. Not try to say, well, it should look like this. Or I know so-and-so and they're this type of person and that's what I want to do, or they have what I want and this is how it's going to. No, that's their version. That's how it looks for them. That's how it shows up for them. Let it show up for you how it's supposed to show up for you, by just sitting with the idea of you, of being this version of you. And you'll see it, and the more you do it, the more you sit with it, the more you talk about it to yourself, not to other people. Talk about it to yourself. Sometimes you talk too much. You're telling other people, and then you're getting discouraged. Stop doing that. If you know telling your business or your dreams and your desires to other people discourages you, why do you keep doing it? Who are you trying to prove to yourself? I don't care. I can tell it, and it's still gonna happen. But you don't even really believe that. So why people be going against their own law? Like, that you telling people is what usually makes the thing not happen for you, and then you keep doing it. Like, who you trying to prove? I'm gonna prove it to myself. I'm gonna prove it to myself. But you really don't believe it. Because again, this is not about trying to seek for a sign. When you're trying to seek for the sign, that's the stumbling block for you. There is no sign that will be given to you. No sign will be given to you except the sign of Jonah. And what is the sign of Jonah? What's Jonah? He spent 3 days in the belly of the whale.
Yep, 3 days. Jonah was the sign.
So what does that mean? He was swallowed up by the idea. He had to sit with it. That's the sign. Gotta sit with it. You gotta beat it. You gotta beat it. You gotta sit with it until what? It's now who you are. And then when it's who you are, can't nothing stop it. It's a fixed thing. It's a done deal. It must happen because it already has happened, which means it must become something you can see, taste, touch, smell,
correct,
feel. It becomes a physical manifestation.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. I mean, we're going up, up, up. It's our moment. And look, the thing that you all been asking for, the things that you've been seeing yourself with, the things that you've been dreaming of, you going to sleep thinking about it, you wake up looking like it, right? You just got to decide that's who you are, right? That's who you are. What the, whatever that version of you is, right? You dress a certain way. You can dress it physically or in your mind. Do whatever makes it feel real to you, right? When you desire a new car, then when you're in the car that you're driving, drive the new car then, right? Some people go get like the key fob that represents the car. You can get it off Amazon. Whatever it is to convince the mind, to manipulate those, to rewire those neural pathway highways, as Gigi says, to get, because remember, your mind, the brain is easily tricked. It is easily deceived. It don't know the difference between what's real and what's not. It doesn't know the difference between what's imagined and what's not.
Yep.
It only knows what you're convinced of. Yep, awareness is the cause of it all. That's it. So,
And actually, the mind really doesn't care.
it doesn't. It's not judging you.
It don't care whether you want a Mercedes or Maserati. It don't care. It's not really into cars. You ain't getting the car for them. The car's for you.
I mean, there's nothing too big. There's nothing too small. You can have it all. You already have it all. All that the Father has already belongs to you, right? So the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. And then it says that all that the Father has is yours. So it's already yours. It's just about deciding what you want off the menu and then letting it show up.
That part.
Because everything's on the menu. Everything. Everything is at your command. Everything.
Even relationships?
Everything. Everything. What kind of stifles people, they take their focus off themselves and put it on others. Right? Like the conversation I heard earlier, the first guest that was on. All those conversations was about somebody else. All the questions, but it's like, go inner, not outer. Because everyone is you pushed out. Everyone are your thoughts made manifest. There is no other. So then you don't have to worry about controlling another person's mind, trying to get another person to think a certain way and be a certain way. That's unnecessary because the focus is not on them. The focus is supposed to be on you because they're just mirroring you. But the moment you start checking the mirror to see if it's changed, what does the mirror say? You first. I don't change until you. The mirror never smiles until you do. It just doesn't. And you know it doesn't. You know when you look in the mirror, if you're frowning, the mirror is frowning. You lean to and say, I'm happy. Now, mirror, I need you to smile because I'm happy. And the mirror's like, does your face know that? Because you sitting up here pouting. What's going on, mirror? Why you ain't changed? Because mirror like, why haven't you changed? The mirror's asking, why haven't you changed? Because that's the only way I change. I cannot change until you do. The ball is in your court. Everyone is your perspective. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. I don't care if you thought the friend was going to do this or they thought the friend was going to do that. You knew in your heart of hearts. Like, here's one thing you can't fool. You can fool me, but guess who you can't fool? God. God is not mocked. Whatever a man sows, he shows. So you can try to convince me, oh, I believe this. I knew that. There was something in you that didn't. Because ain't no half stepping. Every seed produces after its own kind. That's law, or the law wouldn't be perfect. The thing is, you get to what? Switch out the seed. You don't have to accept the harvest that comes up. You can reject the harvest. That's the mercy of the law. That damn, oh, I didn't even know I planted that seed. Let me revise that. Let me repent. Let me change my mind. Because what? Because this ain't it. This ain't it. Man, I forgot. I don't even realize when I did that. I don't even realize I had this thought, but it must have been me, because otherwise, how could it be? That's what you gotta tell yourself. It must have been me, because how else could it be? So even if you forget, because we got our memories just ain't as great as we think they are. But you don't even got to try to figure out, well, when did I think it? When did it happen? How did it happen? We know how it happened. You did it. But since you know, and getting into all that, well, that's not my thought. I can't believe I thought that thought. Who cares? Just change the damn thought. Talking about trying to analyze, was it me? Was it not me? Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Where that thought come from? What's going on with that thought? You're aware of it. You're aware of it. So just change it. We're making things more complicated than they need to be. You're trying to figure out where the thought came from. All thoughts exist. All thoughts are states of consciousness. They're states of awareness. There's only one power, because to say that the thought is not you is to create another power. It's to say that the thought has a life in and of itself. No, there's only one power, and you're it. So just change it. That's all. You don't got to beat yourself up. You don't have to condemn yourself. You don't have to talk about, oh, I was triggered. I can't believe I spiraled. You gotta stop judging every little thing that happens. And if you just don't like it, just change it. You don't have to spend all this time beating yourself up about, no, what? Unnecessary. Unnecessary. Because the only one that really cares about what's really happening with you is you. As much as you want other people to care, and they may care a little bit, they may care, but they're just not going to care as much as you're going to care. They're people just not. They're just not going to care. You're going to be, I wish that they were there for me. I wish they showed up more for me. I wish they cared as much. You are the only one that's going to care that much about you. So how much do you care about you? Do you care enough to change the way you think about you? And when we say change, we're not talking about there's anything wrong with you. We're talking about accepting the truth about you. See, for so long, you accepted the error. You believe their story and not your own. Right? We said a lie. A lie is just a story you tell. Remember? Oh, they lied to me. Yeah, they told you a story and you bought it hook, line, and sinker. Now you get to what? Reject it. Because how long you going to keep being mad about the story they told, the lies they told? I can't believe they lied to me. Oh my goodness, they always lying all up in a frenzy. You can change the story. You can reject the story. Because that's all a lie is a story. This is my story. Hey, I'm from that shut down dirt. I know, right? The desire is waiting on you. What you waiting on? Yes. Yep. So, but here's the thing. The Bible is never talking about anyone outside of you. The Bible is a story about you. Know them by their fruits. Know who by their fruits. You will know you by your fruits. The only fruit you need to be checking is your own. Get the boulder out of your eye, and then you'll see clearly to remove the speck out of the other eye. Because then you'll realize it ain't nothing there to remove. You were the problem. It's what does Taylor Swift say? It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. I'm the problem. You thought they were the problem. No, it's you, boo. It's you. I know, right? No, right? It's funny, right? I was like, I always got a song, even if I don't even quite know the lyrics. I don't know, maybe because music unites us. It always just seems fitting. But if you notice, I kind of had the same songs in circulation. I kind of had the same songs in circulation. So, yeah.
I
But
look forward to the song. That's my favorite part of life.
thank you. Oh. But we're gonna get ready to close out the live. Another wonderful live. This is amazing. I do like Kevin said. I love this community. Love the relationships that getting to know one another. Rooting for one another, celebrating one another's success stories. Looking forward to hearing the really what we like to call really big transformative stories. So we've had some good ones too. We've had some great ones come up and through here, and we're just looking for 2026 to just be just like how that script go. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we can ask or think, according to
Yep.
the power.
Power
Yes.
working within us.
So we looking to see something unexpected, some exceedingly great, something more than we could have ever imagined type success stories. So looking so forward to, because it's already done. It's already done. It's already done. And just so excited for what's next, Hey, yeah, we gotta speak it. We got to decree it, declare it, know it, trust it, stand on it, and just stand. There's nothing to do. We have to practice doing nothing. Being, right? When you start trying to figure out, well, how can I make this stop yourself in your tracks and say, well, if it's already done, what would I be doing to make it so? That's what you have to ask yourself, right? Because the mind will try to start figuring some things out. You got to stop yourself in the track and say, what if it's already done? There's nothing for me to do. And go your way in peace. Go about your business. Go make your dinner. Go take yourself for a walk. Go to whatever. Some of these states is kind of blistery cold outside, like here in the Midwest. So maybe you go sit yourself, get you a glass of wine, go sit in front of the fireplace, watch you a good movie, eat you some popcorn, whatever. Do something, listen to some music, maybe, paint. I don't know. Do something other than trying to figure out how to make your desires happen because they're already done. They're already done. There's nothing to do but be.
Yeah. Or you gotta tell your intellect to go sit down somewhere.
Yep.
The part of you that wants to do God's work for God. God don't need our help.
Say that again, Kevin.
God does not need our help. What he wants is our faith.
Woo! Because without faith,
what? Talk about it.
It is impossible to please him.
People say God can do anything but fail. Where's your belief? Where's your faith? God don't fail you, you fail God.
What's your favorite script? Numbers? Go ahead and quote it for us, Kevin. Go ahead and quote it for us. Go ahead.
Numbers 23:19. For God is not a man that he shall lie, neither the Son of Man that he shall repent. For have he said it, shall he not make it good?
Woo! Better stand on that script.
Stand on it.
See, lest you forget, lest you forget. This is why we talk about the script, because the script helps you to remember the promises and to just remain faithful to the script. Because God never goes off script. It's a script. And God never deviates from the script. You deviate from the script. You change your damn mind like you change the wind. Like when, right? You say a double-minded man, the one that keeps changing his mind, is unstable in all his ways. And that man should not expect to get anything from the Lord. See, you don't stick to the script. That's why you don't get what you keep changing your mind. You being double-minded. Singleness. If thy eye be single, then thy whole body shall be filled with light. The light of understanding.
That part.
In all thy getting, get an understanding.
Get an understanding.
Just understand that all the promises of God are yes and amen in Christ Jesus. All the promises.
Oh.
All.
Don't you just love the script? Once you understand it, you get to embrace it. Because it's talking about you.
If you delight yourself in the law,
what?
He will give you the desires of your heart.
The very desires of your heart. Who decides the desire? You do.
Because whatever you're desiring is desiring you.
Yes. Ain't no more praying, well, Lord, if it be thy will.
It's the Father's good pleasure.
It's his good pleasure.
To give you the kingdom. So you told to seek ye first the kingdom in all of its righteousness, which means what? You're supposed to be thinking right about your desires.
And what happens after that?
Then all the things.
What things?
The desires.
All the thought things.
Yep.
The desire.
They get added.
They get added.
So when you operate in peace, love, right, joy, appreciation, that's what praise is. And do you know praise and appreciation is about what? Praising the I am, praising yourself, not praising something outside of you. Telling yourself, yeah, damn, I am that girl. Yes, I am that dude. Yes, I am a beautiful, I'm amazing, I'm handsome, I'm all that in a bag of chips. I got it. I'm talented, I'm gifted, I'm wealthy, I'm healthy, I'm wise. It's talking about how awesome you are. The praise should always be on your lips. Enter his gates with thanksgiving. Enter his courts with praise. And if you're looking for the Lord, he's in the holy place. The holy place is in here, the temple.
In your mind.
This is the holy place. The holiness of holies is here. That's what the holiness of holies is. The holy place. The praise yourself. Remind yourself, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works. I am abundant. I am joyful. I am kind. I am good. I am great. God is great. God is good. Speak well of yourself. The more you can speak well of yourself, it can cause you to speak well of others. Why? Because there is no other.
Yep. Beside you.
Behold, I am the Lord, and beside me there is no other God.
No other.
There is no other God.
We could do this all night.
Man, because it's like you have to ask yourself, meditate on what are the characteristics of a God. All the characteristics you think of God are the characteristics of you. So does God need to beg anyone, thank anyone, consult anyone, bargain with anyone? God says, let there be, and it was. God doesn't need permission to be God. Why are you trying to keep asking for permission to have a thing or to be a thing? You don't need permission.
There was a time when God made a covenant with Abram, and God swore unto himself, because there was no one higher than himself. Let that sit with you for a minute. Ain't nobody higher than you.
Mm.
Ain't no, and the idol worship is because if you're putting something above God, it's a lie. There is nothing above God. There is nothing above you. It ain't the pastor. It ain't your SP. There's nobody above you. They serve at your good pleasure.
Yep.
Not you at theirs. That's idol worship. I don't want to start down that path, but
The world is literally going to reconfigure itself to bring about your good.
yep, has to.
If it
It
takes
has to.
10,000 people to bring about your desire, those 10,000 people, they're going to think that they initiated it, but you're going to know that it was because you thought it into being, so it had to come.
An example, a recent example of that, we had some inclement weather here in Maryland, as I imagine other parts of the United States. And people were raiding the stores like it was Armageddon, like there were never going to be any groceries.
I heard about that. I didn't even go to the grocery store, but I heard.
I heard stuff about it. And I'm like, really? Everything is going to be, it may be bad for whatever else everybody else think it is. It ain't going to be bad for me.
Mm-mm.
I said, it's only going to be maybe a dusting or a few inches.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what happened where I was?
Where? What
Just
happened?
just a couple inches. A few inches.
Yeah, I heard they was predicting like it's always the apocalypse now. They always dooming and glooming. You know, it's just like, really? Don't y'all get tired of being treated like a yo-yo? Up,
Well, I mean,
down,
if
up,
they
down.
want
Can't play with my yo-yo. Yo,
Right.
yo.
If they want that experiment, God bless them. Let them have
Right.
it.
Right. They're talking about ice storms and all kind of stuff.
Right.
Telling folks, I'm just like,
Mm.
and the only way I heard about it was somebody was talking about how they were saying that it was did by the government because they were upset that people didn't spend as much money around Christmas. And so
Right.
like a month later, here it is, everybody needs to go stock up because, the apocalypse was coming with this weather. I'm just like, well, I didn't need to go to the store, and I didn't go to the store. So.
I got something came across my feed showing me how much snow was in Russia. I'm like, what? I could kill that.
Not in Russia.
I have no desire to go to Russia. What do I care? Unless they trying to fear me, get me to fear,
Mm-hmm.
and feed into that fear, and be like Job. The thing that I feared the most has come upon me.
Right. I like how Dr. Joseph Murphy said, say that the thing I loved has come to me.
There you go.
He was like, hey, say the thing I loved has come upon me.
Because it has.
Right. The thing I loved has come into my experience. Like, we got to flip the script. We got to speak the life we want. Speak those things that be not as though they are.
As though they were, because they are what you say they are.
Yeah. All right. So Saturday, we're continuing the book club, The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. If you're interested, you can find the audio on YouTube. There are many versions of it on YouTube, or you can, download a free PDF version on the internet. We'll be discussing chapters 9 through 11. The first 3 weeks have been awesome. I mean, we digging deep into it, and people are just coming up with their gems and how they've seen these things, and like layers are being, shackles are being falling off, and realization of the I am and the power and the
Yes.
source, and understanding that it's all you, that you're consenting to the very things you're experiencing. That's why you're experiencing them. If you did not
Yep.
consent to it, it couldn't be. It's because of your consent. You made an agreement with it. How do you make an agreement with it? Your attention.
Give your attention.
Your attention is the sap of life. Now, some people call it vibration, some people call it frequency, some people call it energy. I say attention and focus. We're all saying the same thing. We're all saying the same thing. We're all saying the same thing. What you give your attention to, it's the sap of life. It's the motor. It's the engine. It's all that. It's the cause. So if you want something different, you got to just turn your attention. You don't have to deny it. Just give your attention to the thing that you want. Because when you deny the thing, you make it real.
Yep.
When you give your energy and your time and then talking about what you don't want, you're just making more of it. Again, consciousness doesn't know no.
Yep. That's law.
There's no no in consciousness. God never says no.
Yep. I'm not going to see a butterfly. Yep.
So, if you want $1,000, I'm not going. If you want $1 million, I'm not even going to win $1 million. I'm not going to win $1 million. I'm not going to win the lottery. Whatever, because it's what you give your attention to. It doesn't know no.
Yep.
So whatever it is you want, you can use the negative to your benefit, because there is no negative in consciousness. It's only attention.
You just gave out the secret. You just gave them the cheat code.
It's what you give your attention to. Give your attention to the thing that you want. That's why Neville Goddard said, I will not climb a ladder. I will not climb a ladder. And what do you end up having? Climbing a ladder.
Climb the ladder. That's the cheat code. You think I'm talking about a butterfly or a ladder? No, I'm talking about your desire. And you ain't gonna make no liar out of God.
Ooh, yeah, I like that, Aaron. You are what you say you are.
Yeah,
A superstar. Hey, all right, let's go, Aaron. And Aaron got those vocals. Hey, overnight millionaire. Oh, once again, such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful live. So amazing, so amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining. The recap is on YouTube. Make sure to follow, make sure to subscribe. Go to the link tree, grab your free books, get the new book, the recipe for a radiant life, for those of you who don't want to teach your children, your grandchildren, children of any age, this truth in the most simplistic way, reminding you of the 4 steps to manifestation. Is something that you always do. It's not something you have to try to do. You're always deciding, you're always claiming, you're always accepting, and you're always allowing. You just got to be aware of what you're deciding, claiming, accepting, and allowing. Because you're always doing it. You're never not manifesting. You're always manifesting. It's about getting clear. It's about being aware of what you want. Clarity is key. Awareness.
It's a wonderful book. I love it, Toya. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. This one I am selling. So I did send it to a couple of people, but I am selling this one. Huh?
It's a book for the young and old.
Yeah.
For all ages.
Yeah. It's not long, short and sweet, but packed with power.
Packed with power.
And helps you, because it's like a dialogue type thing. It's more of a aunt teaching her niece about the power that's within.
It's absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
I would like to do that as one of our book reads. I don't know.
Oh, okay. That probably don't take about a day, because it's
right, don't take one day.
Yeah.
But it's impactful. It is.
Yeah.
It's well written, very well written.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Thank you. All right, guys. See you Saturday. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Have a wonderful, wonderful, go into your dream state. Go to the lover of your soul, the keeper of your soul, going into a wonderful, wonderful dream state, imagining, seeing your life as just as you desire for it to be. And it shall. You pay attention to how you go to sleep. Because that's you going into the lover and the keeper of your soul. That's the creative part. You not that logical mind is at rest, and you giving it instruction. You giving that subconscious mind instructions on what to create and bring forth into your reality. Make it great, make it beautiful, make it amazing. Good night, guys. Bye-bye.
Good night.